All right. Hopefully everything is still set up okay. Did have a power surge earlier today, and sometimes that fucks up computer settings. You know what? I should check out real quick. Where the hell is this central mine? I've been to it before, but on my other save, but I just don't remember more exactly where it is. Huh. Somebody's showing a map, but it's so zoomed in that it's not useful. Hylia Canyon. Is there a place called Hylia Canyon? Because if so, it would appear to be below that. Huh. Oh wait, here we go. Coordinates. Negative 1500. Oh wait, that's just telling me the coordinates of where I am, not where I'm pointing. That's not useful. If I'm reading it right, it might be way ass west of here. As an experiment, I'm going to teleport over here and see what my coordinates are when I'm over here. Because I need negative 1500 on the X. Oh. Maybe the first number is X and the last number is Z. That would make sense. Okay, so negative 600, negative 1500. So that would probably be down here somewhere. Okay, let's go from here then. Southwest from here, probably. Maybe. Okay, so just mostly south from here, but I want to visit this mine while I'm in the area. Also, I suppose I should grab a photo of this. I don't remember if I did this one already. Or probably did, but... just in case. I forgot about my silly unicorn shield. Okay. Daphne's mine. Is there a treasure here, or did I get this already? Unclear. Huh. It's not even a thing. if I go up here? Anything hiding up here? No? Weird. Oh, hello. What about you? Well. Doesn't seem to be much of excitement going on here. To the south, then. Oh, you know what I could do? If I'm looking for light roots, I could just check the surface for shrines. Which means there's probably a shrine right there I didn't find. That one I did. Oh, well then. Neither was a wall close there. I didn't realize it was directly in front of my face. I thought it was maybe a couple feet away, but nope. Love killing people with your shield. It's just a funny idea. You. Hey. Fuck off that. Glad it takes a while for them to eat it. Jeez. Okay. So, you know what? Yeah. Maybe I should get the light room over here. Just while I'm around. There it is. Oh. Don't piss that guy off, though. Yeesh. Risk letting him touch me. Oh yeah, we're also going to need to farm Electric Keese swings later. Once I get my auto build. Weak-ass spear. Actually, out of curiosity, how many decent fusible things do I have? Aw, the crab's not fusible? I can't stick a crab on the end of my spear? That would have been pretty funny. I got 19 of these and they're worth 8. That's not bad. 25. Well, that's only worth 2 though. I can stick bananas to something. Get banana speared, fool. Ooh, what was that? Bomb flower, yeah. Alright, time to head back west. How much south? A fair bit of south. Okay, this way. I like how the leaves on these weird underground trees look like faded feather, or phoenix feathers. It's phoenix down. It's been used. Actually, you know what? I don't remember. I don't know if this game does this like the last game did, but I should take a picture of this bomb flower for my compendium. Because I remember the last game you could upgrade you could get a scanner that would allow you to search for things that you've got photos of. So I could get something that can alert me as to where bomb flowers are, maybe, which would be super useful. I would have to visit the tech lab and see if that's still a thing, though. Whoops. Or peacock feathers, Larson. Yeah, I guess. It's more monochrome than a peacock feather, though, which makes it more like a blue version of a thingamajig. Phoenix plume. See, that's why it's down in the depths. Somebody already used the phoenix down to resurrect somebody. Now the phoenix down is dead, and it's in hell. Like their friend.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Larson. This new content for Final Fantasy XIV is kind of weird, don't you think? The one downside to having these guys follow you around as companions is, sometimes you're just trying to pick up items and you accidentally trigger your friend's ability. Oh well. They recharge kind of fast, so whatever. Yes, that's why I was talking about Phoenix Downs. What was that? What's that? Is that a bomb flower? Yeah. Hell yeah, it is. Because Breath of the Wild had a pretty cool wind ability that helped jump real high, but it took a long time to recharge, which was a bit annoying. Yeah, I think that's how Phoenix Down Revival actually works, is you actually die and go to hell. And then the Phoenix Down swap places with you. So it goes to hell for you. It's like a jailbreak kind of thing. His blessing has been replaced by rocket shields. I mean, rocket shields are pretty awesome, though. Unfortunately, harder to get as well. Although, you'll be pleased to know, I did pre-make a couple. So I didn't have to use my expendable ones. I came across a couple of rockets I didn't need. So I slapped them on my shields and kept moving.
Yeah.
Ah! Whoops. So what? God damn it. Ah! Fuck. Where's my fucking sword? Ah! I didn't mean to throw the sword. Alright, fine. Ruby broadsword. Actually, you know what? Topaz. I want to keep my fire making. Dealy Bob. God damn it. Sword I accidentally threw is just gone. Oh no, there it is. My 8-fold blade, long blade. FF to establish that hell exists? Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a Final Fantasy cosmology. 95% of the Final Fantasy games are not the same cosmology as each other. Also, I don't remember a damn thing about Final Fantasy 2. You know what? That game should get a remake. Because most people haven't played it anyway. So that'd be a benefit for a lot of people. Oh, there's the thing. Okay. I can delete... Oops. Delete that. It does have a lot of room for polish, yeah. I was actually thinking the other day about what games I think would be good candidates for remakes after how well the Final Fantasy VII remake has been going. And I used to think that doing the remakes, you know, maybe they shouldn't do too many remakes because that would take time and resources away from, like, resources in both, like, money and people and such, away from making more mainline, like, brand new mainline Final Fantasy games. But then I realized the last 3 single-player mainline new Final Fantasy games were all disappointing. So you know what? Fuck them. Stop making new games. Remake all the old shit. Get the people who remade 7 out there. Remake 6, remake 5, remake 2, remake 3, remake 4. Let's just fucking go. Those guys have been killing it. But Final Fantasy 13, 15, and 16 were all just kind of... I mean, 15 and 16 were okay. But 7 Remake was way better. So I would really rather see some remakes. And actually, you know what? I'm really curious to see what they would do with the remake of 1. I mean, 1 is still amazing as it is to this day, but still. Oh, I'm at -60. Okay, hold on. Let me check these coordinates again. -600, -50. Okay, so I'm far enough south. I just need to go east, I think. Approximately 1,000, whatever those units are. More turn-based FF though? I mean, that's the thing. Just because they're doing a remake doesn't mean it has to become action-packed. Like, okay, Final Fantasy VII Remake went action-oriented. But that doesn't mean the rest of them have to. Although, also, even if they do, here's the thing. I don't know if you've tried them, Larson, but they've got this game called Bravely Default and Bravely Second, and also Bravely Default 2. I don't know how those titles work out in that particular way, but they're pretty good, and they play like the originals in a lot of ways. They got the job system going in full force. They're pretty good. The dialogue sucks. Dialogue is trash, but the gameplay is really good, and the overall story is okay. If you like the turn-based Final Fantasies and you like the job system, then you should check them out. Assuming you have a system that they run on. Because I think they might be Nintendo only. Although they might be on Steam, I don't remember if I've ever checked. Yeah, they did this weird thing where Bravely Default 2 is the third game. So they made Bravely Default, and then they made Bravely Second, which is a direct story sequel to Bravely Default. And then they made Bravely Default 2, which is not connected to the other ones. Or at least not a direct sequel. I don't remember if it's connected at all, but it is different characters at least. Also, we still need Final Fantasy Tactics 2. Or whatever they want to call it. Give us another game that plays exactly like Tactics 1, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tactics Advance was nice, but I prefer it to be like the original Tactics. They did the job system really well there. Whoa. Okay, Death by shield, bitch! No, not. I run at the skull and he's like, oh, you want to swing your sword at the fucking skeleton, right? God damn it. Alright, let's... You know what? Drop that. This is still not going to be a great weapon, but at least it will be slightly less crap. Also, I've got range for days on this thing. Like, you want to come fight me? Good luck penetrating this impenetrable wall of spear I've got going on.
Impenetrable wall of spear sounds like a name Larson danced under.
Totally.
Also, I want to point something out real quick. I am not selling Big Burb, Larson. People think I'm selling Big Burb. For anybody who has ever been through, seen pictures of, or have even just heard legends of Saginaw, Michigan, there are no fucking emus in Saginaw, Michigan. If there is an ad on Craigslist in Saginaw, Michigan about an emu, it's me. I'm trying to sell ass. Stop asking about fucking emu.
And start asking about fucking Kai.
Well, no, not me specifically. I'm actually
Oh.
a Craigslist pimp. I'm doing this for a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, start asking about fucking Kai's friend then. You know, that's
I
not
mean,
a question
we
you get to
might
ask people very often. So. Do I still have a flame shield? No. Okay. In that case, it's time for this ruby broadsword to shine. Get fire! Bitch!
God, cassowary might be a thing that needs to go too now. So the emu thing was a joke because I'm co-pimping with someone else. It's like we're stoned trying to come up with topics because you obviously can't go on Craigslist and say, "Hey, fine piece of ass, get in contact." You have to, fuck around with them. And we're looking for a topic to get people's interest that's just insane enough for people to realize that no, this isn't actually an email, but still get past all of the automatic sensors, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, I found a dark clump. How nice. I can cook with it. Go ahead.
I did not expect in my dizziest daydreams that an ad run in Saginaw, Michigan would have attracted 3 people who are seriously looking for email.
Did they think it was like emu meat for cooking or a live emu as a pet?
One of them asked for a rehoming fee.
Okay, that's the one that thought it was a live one. Okay. Now wait, were they asking you what your rehoming fee was, or were they saying that you had to pay them the fee?
Well, they were asking me what the rehoming fee would be, because that's typically how stuff like it. It's like, it's nuts. It's fucking nuts. To the point where I get an email today. I wake up to an email.
Uh-huh.
The very first line, 6 hours ago, I didn't know we had emu in Michigan, and I'm just like, dude, don't even get me fucking started. I've had 3 people think they're emu, not only in Michigan, but Saginaw. I can't even these human beings. I'm in my 30s and in the business of dream fulfillment. However, if you dream of emus, you're shit out of luck. Also really kinky, so maybe we should still talk? I don't fucking know. What is this planet when somebody thinks emu exists in Saginaw, Michigan?
I don't know, but you know what?
That's what I sent to this guy. That whole thing I literally sent to this guy. I've been talking to him for the last 6 hours trying to nail down a price. So apparently my freaking out about the possibility of emu in Saginaw was interesting enough that this guy's like, okay, like, I could pay you for head. Like...
Weird.
Obviously, he's not paying me, though. I'm just playing a very, very big act.
You know what? You've surprised me twice. You surprised me twice with this story. First surprise being the obvious one, and the second surprise being... Previous to today, I had hoped to never hear anything about Saginaw, Michigan ever again, but now I have, and I'm not actually upset about it. I'm not as upset about it as I thought I would be.
Right? Like, it's like... You've heard of, been through it, like, emu. Emu. Just keep that in your head.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
3 people out of the now, let's see, I've now been contacted by 12 different people. 3 of them have thought I was selling a fucking emu.
And the other 9 people understood?
Well, the other 9 people were a collection of confused and understanding.
They're like, I don't actually want an emu, but I need to know what's actually going on here.
Right? Like, and I don't know if this guy was actually seriously looking for ass, because it's like, I didn't know we had emu in Michigan. It's like, okay, you're not saying emus, so you're actually smart enough to know that you don't plural this with an S, so you might actually be country, or at least country enough to know. And you realize that this isn't right, but you're curious enough to find out who the fuck I am.
So, in other words, just the sort of person you were looking for.
Right? Like, the friend I'm doing this for, she says I'm kind of, sorry, they say, that's a new thing, I'm still getting used to it.
I know what you mean. We have a non-binary person at work, and I have to consciously remind myself every time.
If I didn't know this person for years as not that, I would not be struggling.
This is just the first person I've known who is that in real life. Like,
right.
Obviously there's some more than one on Discord, but this is my first face-to-face. So, I was very confused.
But, like, they treat me as sort of a litmus test, because if they can't handle me, they surely can't handle them. And they're the ones that these people actually have to fuck, so.
Mm-hmm. Auto build. Yeah. God, this power is useful. Also, now I can go back to the Shrine of Resurrection and get whatever that scheme in there was. I don't know if you were here for that part yesterday, Kai.
Mm-mm.
Since I was replaying...
slept through most of your stream yesterday.
Well, because I've been replaying Breath of the Wild due to just wanting to see the connections between the two games more clearly and remind myself of details, I decided to go back and look for the cave that Link wakes up in the beginning of Breath of the Wild in Tears of the Kingdom to see what was going on there now. And there was a thing that I needed this power to do back there. So the resurrection machinery wasn't there anymore, but something new was instead. I don't know if you know much about this auto build power.
No, I don't know much about it.
So basically, you know how you can use the hovering things around and sticking them together to make whatever the fuck you want, right? When you have the auto build power, the game will remember the stuff you've built, and you can use auto build to have it just reconstruct that for you automatically. It will use parts nearby to do it, and if there's any parts missing, it will charge you pieces of Zonite ore to construct those parts that are missing. Also, you can find there's a few robots around the world that will give you something called a schema stone, which is basically a blueprint for your auto build. And one of those was in the Shrine of Resurrection, so I wanted to go see what it had. So here's a demonstration. This game is good at giving you tutorials when you get new powers. Okay, so if we do this, we've now officially built that vehicle now. So we go to auto build, and we select what we want to build. This is the only thing we've made since getting the power. Whoop. I guess I'm trying to. It fucking glitched out. Hold on. Okay. So there, just picked up those parts and assembled them the same way the other one was. Cool. Yeah. It's got that limited range, as you can see by the purple circle.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty handy. And now it turns out these guys were ninjas and they want to kill me. Because of course. Also, this guy's story doesn't make any fucking sense. So he'll get to a minute, but basically he's going to bitch and complain about the fact that I have the auto-build power and he couldn't, because the robot wouldn't give it to him. He's like, man, why do I have to build everything from scratch when you can just do it instantly? That's not fair. And then he waves his hand and a vehicle appears instantly without him building it by scratch. So he's like, bitch, you do that shit all the time. Like how the two ninjas decide to just like throw Japanese seal magic at him. Like it's confetti. Him ninja teleporting things and he'd already built? Is that a thing? Well, they get to teleport themselves all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean they can teleport a pre-built machine from somewhere else to here. Although I guess why not?
False equivalency.
I mean, if they can teleport themselves, it's not a big stretch to imagine they can teleport something else from somewhere else to them.
But they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing.
Face is a false equivalency. That's why
See,
I
look,
use so much
poof.
makeup.
There it is. Yeah, they're not the same thing, but they're related enough that I could believe it. Ow! Son of a bitch. Alright, what can I eat?
Just let me eat this whole turkey.
Right? I wonder. Oh, I can't rewind his vehicle. That's not fair.
If he dies, it'll be my fault. So.
Not only died to Koga, but died to the first phase of him.
It would have been my fault.
I don't see how.
I'm really good at distracting.
Ah, it's mine now. Oh, fuck. God damn it. That's not fair. They had a failsafe in here for that. Eh. Fine, I'll shoot you then. Jerk. His butt also could not escape from my impenetrable wall of spear.
Some of the villains in these games are just goofy.
Right? I don't know how much of Breath of the Wild you played. I know you had complaints about it. He was in that game too, though. Which is what part of his speech was about.
Far enough.
Well, the first part of his speech was about complaining about how he knew me and wanted revenge because I cast him out from his own hideaway. Because you find him in the first game and infiltrate his hideaway and beat the shit out of him.
Nice. So, Larson, you mentioned Team Rocket. I see the comparison. However, what if I were to tell you that Team Rocket was a criminal organization that funded world-saving science? And that if not for Team Rocket, the world in that universe would have ended numerous times. And it is entirely because of the incompetence of two particular members that Giovanni is able to do such good things, because only two people could ever be that incompetent. They even get the saying wrong, right? They even get the saying wrong. But wait a minute, that's the same saying that Giovanni uses. Interesting.
Ah! God damn. I got ran the fuck down.
Don't mind me, I just completely overthought the entirety of the politics going on in Pokemon.
Overthought or correctly thought is the question.
Yes.
And I'm not implying anything. I don't watch that shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just yes-ending my friend here.
Some representation for the average SUV driver. That was a pickup, not an SUV. Specifically a Ford driver.
Mm-hmm. Now Link is the one that needs to be fixed or repaired daily.
Yeah, that's the only downside. Is like, this is clearly a Ford driver, but that was obviously a Dodge pickup because, you know, Ford's, you know, fucker only rolls downhill. That was clearly fine.
Yeah, I actually like that one better. Like, when I was growing up, fix or repair daily was the one that was going around, although I was always mildly annoyed with it because of how redundant it was. Fix or repair. But fucker only rolls downhill is much better.
So I think the redundancy kind of goes away when you realize that fixing something and repairing something are not necessarily equivalent. Repairing something is to bring it to a particular standard, where fixing something is like, it'll do.
I never saw it that way, but sure. Like, you're thinking of it more of like a jury-rigged pseudo repair.
Well, whenever somebody fixes something around me, they use duct tape. Whenever they repair it, they actually replace the part. So.
Oh, see, that first thing happens at work all the time.
Mind if I pop in?
Hello.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
How's it going, stranger? Or stranger to these streams, anyway.
Yeah. It's going good. So is this the new Zelda?
And my co-host. Or am I your co-host? I'm not entirely sure. Like, the whole thing was my idea. It's happening on my stream, but really, you're the brains of it. I'm just the stupid.
Wait, hold
Whoa,
on.
whoa! When did I get accused of being brains? Okay, hold on. I have carefully
Also,
lived my life to not be.
Okay, hold on.
Ever
Okay.
accused of that.
and secondary point of order. When did this become your stream?
I didn't say on this stream. I was talking about
Oh. Okay.
the podcast. Not this stream. Jeez.
I thought you were talking about Zelda's being your stream.
No.
Because the first
I's
sentence
here,
you said,
the party is here. All right. That's
the first thing you said was that it was your idea, and you are the one that requested that I stream this. So,
Okay, you're not wrong. I did request you stream this, and
this was your idea.
that, however, does not give me any ownership of.
That was where I had the point being questioned. Also, let's see.
Krendar Adventures has been bought out by Kai Incorporated.
Right?
Like, this is my.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a golden parachute.
Larson over here calling Dan my ho-coast, and it's like,
Ho Coast.
you're
I'm
not
wrong.
entirely wrong.
I love it. Larson,
Dan's my partner in crime for the hoeing.
He's really not wrong at all.
I mean, I couldn't think of anybody else that I could get stoned with and come up with stupid ways to get people to spend money on ass. It's like,
You would not believe how effective an emu is.
I mean, You know what, Dan? At this point, I would believe it, but only because of the last 10 minutes of conversation we've already had.
Oh, it gets better, Dan, because I had remembered this, and I was waiting for the perfect reaction. Krendar's familiar with Saginaw, so the idea of an emu in Saginaw to him is just as ridiculous as it is to me.
I mean, everything about Saginaw is ridiculous enough.
That's very fair.
Actually, to be overall fair, I really don't know a lot about the town other than that I used to live nearby, and I didn't like that part of Michigan as a whole. But the only reason we ever went to Saginaw was to go to Outback Steakhouse. Which is already kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm noticing they've given me a schema stone for this. These motherfuckers over here. I just want to point out, these motherfuckers gave me a blueprint for this vehicle here, which does not have a steering wheel on it. Give me a steering wheel for this, you fuckers.
You don't need a steering wheel.
It helps.
No, just tilt.
I mean, yes, but it's still easier that way.
I'm more concerned about the fact that you have literally no power. Oof.
Yeah, I haven't had enough zonite to buy more yet. I just got some more, though.
Hopefully it gets you far enough.
Well, I was really only going for these Poes and that light route over there, so far it did. Close enough, anyway. Although, I think I need to go back over and see if that guy can give me... if I can cash in with that guy, or if I have to cash in somewhere else.
I only mentioned the podcast because I know that Kren would be interested in listening to it.
Oh, absolutely.
And being on it maybe someday.
Also, definitely. Ghosts that want to join them? Oh no, I want the ghosts to join my wallet is what I want. In other games, ghosts attack you and hurt you. In this game, they're money.
Their money. Oh, so you're trading in souls. Excellent. That's good to know.
I mean, I always wanted them to. I always wanted to play a Zelda-based Dark Souls game, and now we have it, I guess.
Right?
Not really, but kind of.
My wallet is full of ghosts too, but not in the fun way.
Think about it actually, though.
On the back of your tactical attack twink.
Oh, you mean?
Jesus.
Not wrong. Not wrong in any way at all, but that is
I'm by and I forgot.
It's this.
Oh, is it the thing? Yo!
It's the tactical attack twink's personal defense taser.
Jesus, that thing's fucking huge.
Yeah. It's not. It's supposed to be mounted on vehicles and shit, and not necessarily on your shield. But you know what? This game is all about saying "fuck it." I'm going to anyway.
Why does the tactical attack twink have an Eastim shield?
I think
especially for you, Kai. That's why.
Kai, I believe if you think about what you just said, you'll find that you've already answered your own question.
I'd much rather, especially in this game, I'd much rather Zelda had the Eastim shield.
Yo, though, you're not wrong.
Oh yeah.
This version of Zelda is...
this version of Zelda is absolutely thickums.
Oh, she's intelligent too for a change, which is nice.
I just wish that honestly, I kind of wish they would change. They would change voice actors because she only has one tone of voice and she sounds permanently sad about everything all the time.
That's because she's royal.
Yeah. Granted, with the story that's going on, she actually is sad at least half the time, and right, fairly enough, but.
But she's also royal, and that's just kind of how they talk.
That's probably. I think that's why they did it that way.
She has to have this kind of ethereal, calm, almost demeanor to her because she's Princess Zelda.
Also, I'm of two feelings about her new outfit in this game because. She's got an absolutely beautiful robe going on. But But also, it really hides the thickums, which makes me sad.
Ooh. Yeah, no, because they kind of showed that off in the last one.
Oh yeah, in Breath of the Wild, there was you got to see all kinds of that booty.
Yeah.
Well, they also in Breath of the Wild they had the ultimate twink uniform that they got rid of in this one.
Yeah,
that's true. That's because you don't need it for story reasons anymore.
Gerudo.
Yeah. The Gerudo lady disguise, aka Twink, AKA's Link came out of the closet. Did you guys ever see the meme that somebody drew of they had Link wearing that uniform and looking very shy and embarrassed, while Zelda and one of the Gerudo ladies were looming over him seductively, and it said Link's Awakening. It was glorious. Kai's seen it.
I've seen that picture.
It's so good. I think it was what's her face, Urbosa specifically. Also, yeah. So I can't trade in with him. Means... Go ahead.
They actually gave the females a little bit more personality than, hey, I'm the female. In this, like Urbosa, you've got Zelda, you've got other ones. They've really done a good job of
Urbosa is
out the female characters.
They did. Also, Urbosa is definitely the resident steppy mummy character.
Oh my god, yes. Like no questions whatsoever.
I mean, a lot of the Gerudo are
shit.
The Gerudo are basically a race of steppy mummies, but Urbosa is Queen Mummy Steppy. I forget her name. The current captain of the guard. She's like the current still alive Mummy Steppy, but Urbosa was in her day the one. Also, I just wanted to see. This is looking real sus. I think there might be one of those places you can spend. So
is this a completely different place? Or is this
this is the depths. This is basically the Underdark of Hyrule.
Okay.
That's the way it works.
Or possibly comparable to Lorule, maybe? Question mark. This particular game story doesn't have a Lorule that I know of, but this could be maybe considered similar. Because I don't believe in that whole all the Zelda games are connected bullshit. That was a retcon that was badgered into them by fans. It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. But this one and Breath of the Wild are obviously connected directly. See, I've always believed, and I still believe, that 99% of the Zelda games are just alternate universes. It's like, if you look at BioShock Infinite, how they're like, like there's always a lighthouse, there's always a girl type of story. I think that's what the Zelda games. I think that's what the Zelda games are. They're multiverse, alternate dimensions of themselves.
Very likely. Skyward Sword basically confirms that, or at least
Skyward Sword is the game where Nintendo finally gave in to the fans badgering them and said, yeah, okay, fine, they're all connected, and now we're going to explain how they're all connected.
And they did that basically that it's a reincarnation, so
but it doesn't
multiverse.
That is completely not the same thing at all. Reincarnation would mean they're the same universe.
Well, they're the same storyline, so yeah, it's time based.
No, it doesn't mean it's the same universe. You can you can absolutely reincarnate between universes.
Well, okay, you can, but they never said that that's what was happening. They heavily implied that they're reincarnating in the same universe over time. However, I say that doesn't make any sense because the geography is completely different in every game.
Well, it depends on how much time's passed. They never say exact time.
Even continental drift wouldn't really account for it properly.
This isn't Earth. You don't know what the continental drift does there. You don't know what the tectonic plates do.
Well, I mean,
come on, Krendar. This is not Earth.
Well, yeah, obviously it's not Earth. But I'm saying, like, continental drift works a certain way. Like, you should
Earth.
still.
Here it does.
I don't see why it would work differently in other places, but I guess maybe
because different places have different tectonic plates, have different makeups.
The densities,
but when they drift apart from each other, they should still be recognizable just farther away from each other.
they're going to break at different points.
That's true,
They're
but
going
still.
to come back
Some would
together,
remain.
recombine at different points.
Yeah.
I still prefer the Bioshock Infinite multiverse idea.
Oh, I like it too. I'm not saying that's a bad idea at all. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that either could be possible because
So
it is
my-
a entirely different world from ours.
Plus, considering that they've always resisted the idea of them being the same universe until they're finally like, all right, fine, we'll make it work that way. Jeez.
Here's my argument, though. Why not both, but Bean?
Okay, I need you to explain the bean part.
Spanish.
That's not an explanation.
The language.
She's saying
What
that
about
she's
it?
saying is being said in Spanish. Why not both? Por qué no los dos? There. That's
That, yes.
what she was waiting on. That's
Oh,
what she was waiting on.
Okay. Why not
Why
both?
can't it be
Because
both?
I don't.
It's
I mean, it kind of is both in a certain way if you look at it in the sense of this one and Breath of the Wild are the same world.
Well,
But
no,
then I would
like,
say
mean,
that Ocarina of Time is a different multiverse dimension from this one, for example.
I think that both of these explanations of both reincarnation in the same universe, or not necessarily in the same universe, but reincarnation, but also multiverse theory are possible. Like,
Okay, yeah. I just
If
all I'm
you
saying
go
is that
off
I
of
don't
that.
think they were saying that. But however, sure, that's a possibility. Like you could say
mean-
that. Like I see what you're saying. Like you're saying, like, hey, this Link and the Link from Ocarina of Time are the same soul being reincarnated, but it's in a different world now, right?
yeah, it could
Sure.
be something exactly like that. And while that's not exactly what the fans, certain groups of fans, rather, have said, if you go by the fact that they've resisted the idea of it just being reincarnation this whole time, and then suddenly to get people to shut up about it or are okay with it, but things aren't matching up, then the answer is really quite simple. It's the answer is both.
I mean, sure, they can look at it that way if they want. Why not?
Like, I think what it might have come down to was because of the people being so strong on the reincarnation angle, that they weren't realizing that there is no rule in reincarnation that states it has to be in the same fucking universe.
right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
In the
I do think there is a reincarnation angle. I absolutely do. But do I think they're taking place in the same universe? Fuck no. That would be stupid.
That's what I think. Yeah. I never saw it as cross-dimensional reincarnation personally, but I don't see why not either. Sure.
But the ones that are... Because there are definitely... They talk about time passing, so you know that there's some sort of overarching timeline. There is an overarching timeline, but the overarching timeline doesn't take place on one plane. That's my theory, and I think that's a much more in-depth, much more interesting theory with much more possibilities to go places. Because you go like that, you know that time passes, but it doesn't strictly state which story happened first.
Also true. Oh, fuck.
So you...
I mean, it
Oh,
does imply that
fuck.
Skyward Sword was the origin
Well,
of the story.
Well, that, yes,
Kind
but
of.
the rest of them. But, no, it flat out tells you that Skyward Sword was the first one, but that still leaves us wondering what order did all the rest of them happen in.
right, and...
Oh, sorry.
like, we'll know that certain ones do exist, like, in the same plane, and you'll be able to detect which ones can do that by common landmarks, common story points, stuff like that.
Ooh, nice.
Hot.
Ah,
I'm sorry, I can't. I don't have the volume turned up, so I'm seeing that flurry of blows happen. There, it's just.
You're a little bit behind.
That is the way it
I know,
goes.
because I'm watching on Twitch.
Well, that's the
me
only
too.
way you can watch, because the thing is, as far as I'm aware, or at least I haven't found a way to I could share the video of this in through Discord, but because it's through a capture card, I don't think Discord can capture the sound.
Okay,
Or at least
so
if it can, I haven't figured out how to do it. So I'm just not bothering to do it. Also, Larson, I believe that I don't have the resources to do this, which is why I saved the game before coming in here. I wonder how many enemies are in this Coliseum. How many fairies do I have? That's not a euphemism, by the way.
I mean, there's one right here.
Right?
Two, you mean? Both of y'all's. Well, not in the more literal sense that Kai probably meant.
Okay, he's queer. I'm Faye. And
Right.
queer.
And
Okay, sorry, that adds up to 3 then.
what?
Kai's two fairies at once.
Queer and an actual fairy. I get it. Oh.
Jesus. You got closer than I thought you were going to get close. Whoa, hold on. Let's try those words again. You got closer than I thought you were going to get based on how that started.
You know what? I 100% agree with that entire statement. I thought I was going to die a lot faster than that.
Krendar's actually playing this like Dark Souls. Wow, way to go.
Well, you can tell
close
the
as you
Dark
can.
Souls. You can 100% tell the Dark Souls experience.
Because of the dodging?
Oh yeah.
Dodging, getting in weird positions, weird angles on the boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to grundle it? Yeah, 100%. Your Dark Souls is coming out in this game.
I wasn't entirely trying to grundle it because I knew I couldn't, but I was at least trying to flank.
Flank, grundle, same thing. The flank is just the side grundle, okay?
Larson,
Side Grendel.
when you ask if we want spoilers, are you trying to tell me, do I want to know how the rest of that Coliseum goes? Because if that's what you mean, the answer is yes. But yeah, I would love to see an actual Zelda Souls game. Like, this game has a couple of things inspired by it, but I want, like, 100% all the way Souls game in a Zelda universe. That'd be kind of amazing.
I could
We need
see
a
that.
FromSoft Nintendo collab.
Yeah. Oh man, if it was actually made by FromSoft, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I first, before we do that, I want to see an official, an official Dark Souls Armored Core crossover. Because the modders are going fucking nuts.
Wait, would that be Armored Souls or Dark Core?
Yo.
Yes. Yes.
Also, the spoiler
Yes.
from Larson is that there's 3 more Lionels after that one, and 2 of them have armor. Jesus Christ. I was absolutely fucked from the beginning. Oh, see, look at that massive upgrade I just got. Jeez. I've actually never had more than 3 full batteries in this game before. Like, that thing on my hip has room for 12. I've never had more than 3. No, sorry, not 12, 8. Has room for 8. I've never had more than 3. And by 3 batteries, full battery, I mean like the 3 segments adding up to 1 battery shape. I've never had more than 3 of that.
I figured that's what you meant.
Which is honestly plenty. But yeah. Okay, so I got auto build. Next I need Electric Keese wings. Which should be all over the fucking place down here.
Oh, bad. Sorry about that. Question.
Oh, that's where Majora's Mask is, in that Coliseum? Okay, so I will definitely never have it then. Question, yes, go ahead.
How familiar are you with Palea?
Almost none at all. Why?
Well, you know how Artemis was a bit of a tryhard with her gaming?
I'm aware, yes.
She also plays Palia to relax.
That's very not
Which-
Artemis, actually, I feel like.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You know what she was doing yesterday?
I do not.
She was playing Palia off of a reflection to make it harder.
Okay, that's very Artemis.
It's like, fuck, you managed to try hard a farming game, bitch.
Fucking
I actually
stalkers
did
do
that.
too.
Actually, wait, are we talking about horizontally or vertically?
I think she was looking at the reflection off of the wall.
Okay, horizontally.
So it wasn't even, wasn't even like a solid image. It was just colored reflection.
I just did that. I did that once with the very first Castlevania game on NES. Not because I felt like I needed the challenge, but just to be silly. I was playing it at a friend's house, and his TV was sitting on one of those glass tables. And at the angle we were sitting at, we could see the reflection of the TV on the surface of the glass table. So I was playing it while looking at that reflection. So it was flipped vertically instead of horizontally. So my jumps were upside down and stuff like that.
So
it was weird.
I have actually an interesting secret for you. This is kind of cool. That effect that you just described is how a heads-up display works.
How do you mean?
Precisely. Like a heads-up display is literally a very bright display reflecting off of a piece of glass.
Oh,
that
okay.
way you can look through the glass and you see the reflection of the display behind you.
That makes sense because how the hell is the glass going to generate the image, right?
Yep, that's how heads-up displays work.
Interesting. Actually, my my stepmother's car has that on the windshield. Yep. You can get like when you do the GPS map thing for the car, you can just put it on the windshield for you.
You know how they got that idea?
Tell me in a second, but I was just going to say, like, maybe you already know this, but for anybody who doesn't already have a familiarity with this concept, the image was faded enough so that if you're not mentally focusing on it, you see right through it and stop noticing it, so it doesn't distract you. Go ahead.
Yep, that's a fantastic way of doing it. A really good way and a really inexpensive way to do this yourself, if you happen to have an older car that you can't afford to replace, or something like that. You can actually your phone has the ability to flip its screen to mirror its screen within the map application typically. So if you were to take your phone and find some way to adhere it to your dash panel where it was reflecting off of your windshield while displaying a map, same fucking thing.
That's pretty cool.
You can make this effect a little bit better if you get like this tiny square of like window tint to put where the reflection is, and it will help you see that reflection better without you violating any window tint laws.
That's pretty cool.
As long as your whole window isn't tinted, they don't have a leg to stand on. If you have just this little square that's for that kind of
also,
thing.
by the way, this here is, not to interrupt you, but just before I fall, running out of stamina, this is interesting, this construction that I have on top of this rock. This was not here in the first game. Like, they had ladders and shit so you could get up to the top of this rock, but all this lookout tower stuff is new. Just wanted to say that before it exited my view due to me falling to the ground.
Nice.
So if you still had anything left to say, feel free to finish.
No, that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
It's just a really good, inexpensive way to get a heads-up display if you didn't already have one.
Also, this is a cool hotel. Like, I want to stay at a hotel that's kind of like this, but like, imagine this type of construction, but it actually had separate rooms, so the beds were in their own separate rooms, but it was still this style. I would totally stay there.
Right? I kind of wish that the company that I want to get my next glasses frames from, the ones that make the pants for my face.
Oh yes, the face pants.
Yes. Yeah, I need those pants for my face, but I wish they did more than just face pants. Like, I wish they had the ability to be like, hey, put a small high-definition projector on this so it can bounce a screen off the inside of my lens for me, please.
Also, Beetle, I really would like it if you could visit a doctor and find out what's wrong with your nose. That does not look healthy.
It's sunburnt.
But it's like that even when he's not in the desert or anything.
It's always sunburnt.
It is, apparently.
Permanent damage.
Permanent sunburn.
Doesn't use sunscreen.
Alright. Well, I needed to come here first before I start hunting for the bats because I don't have any heat-resistant clothes right now. And I think they might sell it here. I don't 100% remember, though.
Saba.
Decorating weapon and make it sparkle. Must radiate burning passion. Huh. Ruby, maybe? Also, I'm going to take your stuff.
Oh.
Ah, you won't let me. Boo. I think they let you later after some story stuff, though. Are you guys selling the clothing here? Oh, here's a piece. I will take the Vo headband, please. One of these generations, you guys will stop being so sexist, but you know. We'll take it for now. Also, one thing that'll be fun when we get to the town here, I'm not sure how much I'm going to go into this part of the story today, but there's a connection between the two games that was fun here. There's a guy you can find in the Gerudo Town jail who is locked up for being male in their town. He's not supposed to be, that men aren't supposed to be allowed in. But he was there because he married a Gerudo. They had a kid together. And he was sneaking into town to visit them. And they caught him.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually have a side quest in Breath of the Wild to help them get together when they first meet. And then you get to see them in this game again, and now they're married and they have kids. So it's just kind of a fun little payoff to that side quest.
It honestly shows how little time passed between the two games, too.
I'm still not 100% clear how much it was, but people are saying it was something for like 5 to 10 years. Which isn't really a huge amount of time.
Already going to shit hasn't even been a fucking decade.
Right? I wonder if they ever acknowledged that there was weird old Magitech ruins, like shrines and ruins in the games before, and now there is again, but they're different. and the robots that are rampaging all over the place. There's no sign of them in this one. Well, there's a few of them. There's a few Zonai ones, but they're totally different from the old ones. I wonder if they ever acknowledged that. Because they acknowledge a lot of stuff. So it just makes one wonder. Also, holy shit, there is a lot of stuff to break in here. It's a good thing I've got a lot of rock hammers. Part of me wants to go pick up the, what's his face? The Goron companion guy, because he's really good for breaking through a lot of rocks. But also, the Fire Temple is the biggest pain in the ass temple in this game. So I want to do it next, but I don't want to do it next. Because I get so lost in that place. I get so fucking lost in the Fire Temple. It's confusing. But man, that power is useful.
So they finally made a temple that was more of a pain in the ass than the water temple in Ocarina of Time.
I don't know if it's more. both a pain in the
God, I
ass,
hated that
though.
temple.
I think people largely agree that most water temples in these games are not great. And now I don't know if we're gonna get another one anyways.
Oh.
The one in this game's okay. Well, I mean... Okay, I guess technically this game does have a water temple, but the last game didn't. Breath of the Wild didn't do temples proper at all. Although the weird giant mechanical guardian things in Breath of the Wild, they had a water-based one of those, but I don't know if I'd really call them temples.
Yeah, temples were really done dirty.
They really were. And while this game does it better than Breath of the Wild did, they're still not proper temples, really. Although, to be fair, the Guardians thing they did in Breath of the Wild was pretty neat, how you had control over, like you hacked into them and got control over a certain aspect of their functions. It made for interesting gameplay. I just missed the traditional, here's a location with some sort of theme to it, and you explore it, and you find a cool new tool inside somewhere, like maybe you find a boomerang or a hook shot or whatever the fuck else. Like, we don't have to have those in every game like we have traditionally. Like, hell, have the next Zelda game come out where it uses that tool system like all the other games did. But have them be all new tools, or at least 80% new tools. That'd be cool. But
so what you're saying is you enjoyed I guess the Metroidvania aspect of that.
Sort of. I don't know if I would call
very
it
much. Metroid.
I don't know if I would call it Metroidvania, but that's only because previous temples didn't usually have things that you had to backtrack after you did later temples. Like, you wouldn't go into the forest temple and have like, oh, here's a couple of things I can't do, and then you go and you do the fire temple, and you're like, oh, I understand now. I can use this thing back in the fire temple to do that, or the forest temple to do that thing I couldn't do before. It doesn't have that, which makes it not really a Metroidvania, but it does. They do always do the thing where
it's
the
got
fire
the
temple
Metroid side of the Metroidvania. I feel because you go through a themed area and you get an item. That
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like you go to the fire temple, you'll encounter something you can't do, and then the fire temple itself will give you the tool you need to do that thing. And then, so you go into the temple, you get a new tool, and you have to use that tool to beat the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Runs basically the same way. There is some back and forth, but whenever you get a power up, it gets you further into the game.
That's why I don't think of it as Metroidvania. I just think of that as being traditionally what Zelda used to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I miss about it in a lot of ways. Plus, the temples look so much different from each other, and in this game and in Breath of the Wild, they're incredibly similar to each other. They're more differentiated in this one, though, but not enough.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
it's better, but it's not enough.
Temples are a critical aspect of
I agree.
Zelda and need to be done better.
I agree, which is why I've always said that Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game, but it's not a Zelda game. And
It's
this
not
game
even
is a step
fantastic
closer to being...
game.
Okay, it's a good... Alright. Breath of the Wild is a good game. This game is a fantastic game.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild is one of the games of all time.
Yes. Out of all the games of all time, it's definitely one of them.
I enjoyed it. I went and did the stupid thing and got all the acorns so I could get the original Link outfit.
In your ADHD.
I mean,
Of course
I don't
you
know.
Oh, I am ADHD. Okay.
I don't know if they have that here.
I'm
I don't know if they have.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how you get the original outfit in this game, but I know they have it, and I've seen footage of people walking around one of the towns in this game wearing the original Link outfit, and goddamn, it looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be something annoying because in the Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, not this one, the Breath of the Wild, you had to find like 500 acorns.
Right.
around the world, and
To be fair,
less-
this game is much better about allowing you to get rewards without having to do nearly as much annoying bullshit.
Yeah,
Now, not to say
was
that it doesn't...
quick.
It might still exist, but it's not as bad.
Yeah, no. The original
Usually.
outfit was the most difficult one to get, just because of the time-consuming part of it. But shit,
Yeah.
it was worth it once you got it.
Well, my first playthrough of this game, like this is my first time streaming it, but I did a whole playthrough on my own before I started streaming it. I got maybe... I don't remember how many acorns I got, but I got half the shrines in the game, roughly.
Do you get sexually assaulted by the Great Fairies in this game?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They
so
are
this
just
is
as
also-
thirsty as ever. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They are equally horny. And equally, also
No one
equally, fuck, what's the word? Also equally drag queen.
So equally.
They're exactly what they were in Breath of the Wild. They're literally the same entities. Because it's the same world, right?
Perfect. Yeah. I just didn't know if you still dealt with them to get upgrades. I remember seeing
Yep.
the first time.
You
You
unlock them differently?
Upgrade.
You unlock them in different ways than the last game, but they still perform the same function.
Okay.
Actually, I like the way you unlock them better in this game, because in the last game you just had to find them and pay them money. In this game, there's a lot of things in these games that require a lot of money, so having to pay them money as well was just another money sink, which was annoying because you need your like weather-resistant outfits, and they're expensive too. In this game, you don't have to pay them money at all, but instead you have to do a side quest to unlock them. And the side quest is kind of fun because you got to go around the world and find musicians. There's a band that split up, and the fairies are in hiding, and they won't come out until they hear their favorite music. So you have to go around and start rebuilding the band by finding the members that have split up and getting them back together again. So basically it's Blues Brothers, because you're getting the band back together.
Nice.
But the quest is to find the person, get them back in there, and then you have to get their wagon and somehow get their wagon over to where the Great Fairy is, and that's basically like phase 2 of the side quest, because there's always some sort of challenge as to why can't we get it there. Like, for example, yesterday when I was streaming, we did the second Great Fairy, and getting there involved getting to the other side of a bridge, but the bridge had been smashed by a falling rock, so we couldn't use the bridge, and we had to figure out some other way to do it. So I basically had to stick some fans on their wagon and basically give their wagon wooden wings to make it into an amphibious boat vehicle, and then drive it across the river like a boat.
You used wings to make it a boat? The fuck kind of world is this?
Right? Well, essentially just to
That's
make it float better, because its own floatability wasn't strong enough for all the people that were sitting on it. I essentially made it
strong enough, so you
Yeah.
gave it wings so it could swim better. Like,
Basically, I made it into a wagon raft. Think of a raft made of three big pieces of wood, but the middle piece of wood is a wagon.
snow from the corner of the room. It floats around on giant feathered legs.
A Baba Yaga raft would be amusing.
I told her that I'm going to eat her later because it's horrendous for her to keep bringing that up. Not that way. You stop that.
Oh, don't
Stick your tongue
don't
back
lie
where
to
you
us.
want your face. What?
Don't lie to us, Kai. Kai, don't lie to us. You're going to do that to her later, too.
Stick your tongue back where you want your face. What the fuck sentence was that?
That's a great question. Actually, wait, you know what? Drop that one.
God, that ranks right up there with what I said earlier.
Which I've already forgotten, but there was something.
That's not a word sentence.
Oh, yeah. You never replied to what I said about that, though. It's like, is that opposed to a number sentence? And is a number sentence what an equation is?
Found the bard.
Huh?
You don't make a number-based sentence. Isn't that just an equation? Found the bard.
What the fuck does that have to do with a bard?
Dan, are you there?
Yeah.
Please explain D&D by tomatoes.
Okay, you ready for this?
Oh no, I know okay. We can skip part of this. I already know about the part where you use tomatoes to explain the 6 attributes.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
So
Where does a bard come in?
Charisma is So you got to start back with wisdom. Wisdom is knowing not to put tomatoes in a fruit salad. Charisma is being able to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
Yes.
Isn't that just
And
salsa?
Found the bard.
Oh, the charisma person. Okay.
Isn't that just salsa?
Isn't that just salsa? Yeah, that's the
Basically,
thing. It's like, is that just salsa? Found the bard.
So, you saying a number-based sentence is just an equation, found the bard.
All right, fair enough. There you go.
Sorry, it was a really dumb joke, and I'm high enough to have found it funny.
Why the bard
Link's Awakening
became-
I don't. Oh, hold on. I don't think I found it, but hold on. Link's Awakening outfit. What is it called? So far, I've got the Tunic of the Wind, and then I've just got Tears of the Kingdom specific stuff. So no, when I was playing my playthrough where I wasn't streaming it, I did find a few more pieces, but I don't know if any of them jumped out at me as being the Oh, it's just called of Awakening. Okay, I don't think I found any of those. Do they have any special effects, or is it just like the Tunic of the Wind, where it's just, you know, it's just an appearance? It doesn't have like a secondary effect to it. Because there's a lot of armors in this game that are just cosmetics, which is,
Yeah.
I think I've talked briefly with Kai about this before, but this game really fucks up on the clothing system. This game needs a cosmetic slot or some sort of glamour system. I think they should just do the same thing that Terraria did, where you have your armor slots, where you put the armor that you want to actually be affecting your statistics, and then you have a cosmetic slot beside it where you equip something and it looks like you're wearing that thing, but that thing's stats don't affect you.
It is amazing how many games fuck up having a cosmetic slot. It's not that hard.
Like, I would love in this game to be wearing my full climbing gear set as far as my active stats go, but have it look like I'm wearing the original classic green tunic. That is what I want. Oh god, that looks hideous, Larson.
It looks like it should.
Actually, it reminds me of when I was playing Marvel's Spider-Man, the recent one. And one of the unlockable costumes you could get was the cartoon one. So I was running around in, you know, modern day video game graphics world looking like a cartoon. It was so jarring. Funny. It was jarring but glorious. Okay.
Hey, Larson. Would you like to see? I would probably just DM this to you, so I'm not putting it in friend's thing.
Dude.
Have you ever seen what happens when I get my high ass attached to a pun?
Hi.
Oh no.
And then that pun goes across the internet and ends up in somebody's hands who is also on stream, and somebody clips that happening? You want to know what happens when a pun becomes physical?
Oh.
Because of 3D printing?
I don't remember if I've seen this yet.
Fuck it, I'll just put it in your chat then.
Have I seen this yet? Banana hammer? Hold on. I need to put this on stream. Which means I'm going to need to copy it to myself so I can see it on my other computer.
Itty bitty language warning.
Man.
Motherfucker.
That is a banana hammer. Uh-huh. Yep.
Isn't it glorious?
Motherfucker.
Oh, that's brush for hire. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
That's my design. That I designed that hammerhead. It was designed to thread onto literally anything that had that common thread, like floor brooms, paint sticks, stuff like that. Hell, most toilet plungers have that thread form.
I like it.
And then my printer broke down, so I sent that file to Ohio, where it was then 3D printed, and then it went from Ohio to... Oh, where was that convention? I forget what... it was some big miniature painters convention, and it ended up going there where it was delivered in person by the... to Brush. Like, this thing traveled. This thing had some time.
That's awesome. Also, Larson says the dude's gonna have Yiga assassins trying to claim that from him. Completely true.
Do they like banana hammers?
They're obsessed with bananas in general, anyway.
Fair enough.
Can I reach these fans from here?
Well, yeah, the Yiga assassins were weird.
Yeah, they're weirdly obsessed with bananas, which, you know, not really a classic Japanese trait, but why not, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I don't just die if I run out of stamina. Okay.
What I would have done is gotten on it and then rewound it to where it went up again.
You know, that's a great idea. I agree completely, but it was too late for me.
You put it out far enough. I thought that's where you were headed, to be honest.
I hadn't noticed yet at the time that the sand was moving this way, so... Oh well. I have an amazing ability to immediately forget that I have Rewind as a power, even 10 seconds after I last used it.
I can understand that. But honestly,
whoa!
like, here goes the strength of this game, though. Like, there was a solution that I gave you as you solved it in a different way.
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
beauty of these games. Like, when it came to, and this is one thing that I will give Breath of the Wild credit for, because it was something that they were obviously, they were learning that exactly how they wanted to do it in that, and they sort of, I feel like they perfected it with this one.
I agree. I really feel like I don't know if they were purposely doing that or not, but I do feel like a lot of the mistakes of Breath of the Wild have been fixed by this game. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
But one thing that they did really well in Breath of the Wild, and that they have really hammered home on this one, is the concept of open puzzles. It is a part of open world that is often failed and fucked up so badly. It is nice to see someone finally get it.
I agree. Like I've seen a lot of people talking about this game and how, like, they've watched people streaming it, and it's like they'll watch 5 different streamers play this game, and every single one of them will solve something. Oh, will solve like a shrine or a problem a different way than they had. Like, it's amazing how many different solutions people come up with.
And they're to a point. It's like you have to realize that in order for there to be that many options, somebody had to design it for all of them to work. In a way, like, you can't accidentally end up with something that has multiple solutions.
Generally speaking, no. However, I guarantee you, there are solutions people have used in this game that the developers never foresaw.
Oh, for sure, definitely. I'm not saying that it can't happen. It's absolutely something that can happen. But it takes a certain talent to make a puzzle that has a difficulty rating at all and have it still manage to have multiple ways to solve it. Usually
So true.
If it has that many ways to solve it, usually it's stupid simple. And these have managed to maintain difficulty rating while also having multiple ways of solving them.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
and
Larson.
That's the impressive part.
I have to acknowledge that Larson said something 100% correct. This game is the embodiment of, fuck it, that'll do.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I've actually seen some really clever uses of rewind to get around quote-unquote intended methods of the puzzle by this. Like, the impromptu elevators you can make in this game by, like, pick up an object, float it up in the air, hold it there for a few seconds, and then let it fall. Then jump on it and rewind it. And fly back up into the air.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Entire puzzles that can be skipped with clever uses of certain powers. And it's like, did it technically make the puzzle easier in that case? Yes, but you still had to be able to think in that fourth dimension to be able to make it work, or you'd have been fucked.
Yep.
And
just because you solved it,
thinking,
just because you solved it a different way doesn't mean you didn't still have to put effort into solving it that way.
Right. The fourth dimensional thinking that the open, the open puzzles that they've created relies on is incredible, and I've never seen any other examples other than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom that do it even close to passable. Now, understand, when I say close to passable, I have a very high bar on that. You know, I just play an idiot online. Fact of the matter is, actually reasonably intelligent. So, when it comes to fourth dimensional thinking, when I'm forced to do that, I appreciate it. I like it. Very much so.
It is fun, especially if it's not technically forced, but it's there as an option and it'll work for you if if you're clever enough. That is really fun.
Oh yeah. Actually, here's a thought. You know, another thing that creates fourth dimensional thinking. Krendar, do you like chess?
Actually, not really.
Really?
But I do like some other games, like Go, for example, is quite neat.
It's unfortunate that you don't like chess, because you might not appreciate this game that I discovered. And it's nuts. I've never seen anything like this before. It's called Peace Chess.
Huh.
And the idea is you know how in regular chess the pieces have different movements, and when one tries to occupy the space of another, that piece is captured, yeah?
Yeah.
Not in Peace Chess. In Peace Chess, all of the pieces have the same movements, but when one piece tries to occupy the space of another, they become one piece, half black, half white. Both players have the ability to use them, and they adopt each other's movesets.
Ooh.
So, if you were to combine a bishop with a knight, it would now have the ability to move in both of those capacities.
That's cool.
And it is fucking brutal. Peace
shit.
chess my ass.
God damn it.
Okay.
I technically just killed myself, by the way.
Oh.
I was attacking the guy, and I didn't think my weapon was going to hit the electric chew jellies on the ground, but it did.
Oof.
So I killed myself and him at the same time, but I had a fairy. Oh well, I wasted a fairy. That kind of reminds me of a different thing, but I need to pee right now, so I'm going to take a quick break. Where's my OBS? There it is. I'll be right back. I have an alternate weird chess story for when I get back, though.
I'll just talk to all of your viewers about...
Yeah, go ahead.
My first experiences with Peace Chess. So, a good friend of mine, in fact, the same friend that I'm hoeing out, go figure, we play chess. Like, we play chess a lot. And we talk about, like, the obscure rules that you could play chess your entire life and never have the scenarios necessary for these things to ever take place. Like, we purposefully push those scenarios to happen so we can see what would happen when it happens, right? Like, I don't castle. Like, I don't early game castle. I late game castle. Just as an example. Like, I'm very weird in how I play. We both are. We played Peace Chess. I did an early game castle for the first time in like 20 fucking years. And for the first time in my life, I beat them.
Nice.
Because Peace Chess is brutal. It was fun. It was a great game, though. Ah, great game.
We should play that together sometime.
You want to buy a board?
Sure.
Like, I will say that
I can't like right this moment, but I can buy one. Fuck,
Okay,
it's called
so
Peace Chess?
hold on. I have a better idea. And this, like, goes without, doing too much, myself pushing on Krendar's thing.
No, go ahead.
So one of my biggest issues with this design in chess is the way they did it is they have all of like semi traditional shapes for the pieces, but they're more anthropomorphic in the fact that the shapes now sort of have like arms, and when the pieces connect, the arms sort of embrace, and it's really kind of sweet. However, there are certain cases, such as with the really short pawn and the not so short bishop, that it gets a little bit uncomfy for me. So my idea is to take the rules of Peace Chess, which are really just a few rules tagged onto the end of chess, and let me redesign the pieces and wait for me to get a 3D printer so we can have some chess, like some Peace Chess that isn't quite so pedophilic.
I mean, sometimes people are just short. It doesn't mean they're young.
It's a little weird, though. Okay. I wouldn't automatically assume that, except it's a bishop, and I can't really...
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fair.
Like, when I saw it, it was just like, oh, that's a little bit Catholic. It was uncomfy.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so my own weird chess things, actually, technically two a little bit, but mostly one. Have you ever heard of something called chaos chess?
I believe I have, but refresh my memory.
So I played that chaos chess at one point with a friend that I used to live in the same town as in the previous area. It's basically standard chess, except it's also a card game. So you both have a hand of cards, and the cards can be played to do weird effects. It's almost a little bit Magic. Think Magic the Gathering light. Like, you don't have mana and shit. But every round you can play a card and it alters the rules of the game somehow. Just temporarily for that one move. And we found that this game almost always ends up in a draw because the combination of chess and the cards tend to bring you down to a point where you've got maybe one or two pieces left each, and you just can't maneuver into a win anymore. But it'll do weird shit like maybe alter the way a piece moves, or I think you can make one of your pieces into a bomb. So it's like this piece dies, but every piece adjacent to it also dies. So you can like run a pawn up there and explode it or something. Just all kinds of weird shit. It was fun. Another one is there's a game on Steam. I think you may have seen it before, but for anybody who hasn't, I think it's called King with a Shotgun or something like that. But the premise of it, funny thing is, it actually has a story. I guess the Black King was too much of a tyrant, so that all of his own subjects ditched him, and he's the only one left on his side anymore. So now it's the Black King versus all of the white pieces at once, potentially.
Oh no.
Except it ramps up. Like, it starts off slower, but it's one piece versus a whole bunch, but the difference is the Black King is cheating because he has a shotgun. So in addition to making chess moves, he can also shoot the other pieces.
Being fair?
And it's actually a roguelike. Because as you go, you can get extra powers, but also every time you get an extra power, you also have to choose, essentially, like, I don't know what you would call it, a curse, maybe? You have to choose some way in which either you get penalized or the enemy gets stronger.
Yeah, so it's a buff-debuff system.
Yeah, plus also each successive round there's more enemies around, although sometimes that's what the curse is. The curse might be, like, in addition to the how many more enemies there are, there's also now 2 more pawns than usual or something. Or maybe they have a second queen.
Of buff-debuff systems. I think I actually... Okay, weird concept. I know this is in the middle of something completely different, but war games, especially games that have armor systems, such as Tears of the Kingdom, should explore the possibility of having buff-debuff systems on these as well. That way you can have, like, something that will give you an exceedingly high buff in one direction, but it will hurt in some other way. And I've never seen that super explored, and I'd like to see it done.
I've seen it a little bit, but yeah, not super explored. It can be interesting too, because if you have power over choosing what the debuff will be, you can sort of tailor it to your playstyle, like, in the sense of, like, okay, this bad thing will happen, but, you know, I'm good at X, and therefore I can work around this debuff better than the other debuff. Yeah, like, that can work.
You can have entire sets that make you incredibly painfully slow, but
maybe that's your style anyway, right?
That might be your style, and you may only need to hit, like, a major boss 3 times. Like,
that's essentially kind of my Dark Souls playstyle in a lot of ways. Like, some of my favorite builds in Dark Souls 3 or whatever have been, like, I'm wearing a lot of heavy armor, and I have a gigantic hammer, and I have to be real careful with the timing of this hammer, but I'm going to kill you in 2 shots. Or something like that. I've actually had funny moments in Dark Souls 3 where I had a hammer that was so slow that how slow it was actually became a benefit. Because... hold on, which food am I going to use here? I love this one. But yeah, because it's like, okay, this is... It's so slow that the enemy sees me swinging it and thinks, like, okay, I've got an opening coming up here now. Because he's going to be wide open for a little while. But I'm just far enough away that instead of running up to me and getting a shot on me, he's actually just going to run his face first into my hammer when he gets here. Because I have timed it that way. It fucks up the enemy's sense of timing, it's so slow.
Love it.
And also, because of the way Dark Souls works, if this enemy doesn't die to 1 hit, then it's going to stagger him so badly that he's going to be remain open to a second hit. But you know what, I'm going to take the sturdy stick, because I'm running low on weapons, and I can just fuse it to something. But yeah, anybody who's played Dark Souls 3 will know what I'm talking about there. It's Vort's Great Hammer. One of my favorite weapons in the game. It is so magnificently huge and smashy. Also, okay. Where the fuck is the actual tier on this fucking thing? It can't be on the side, so that limits our options. It's probably on one of those ledges. Although I have been playing a new Souls-like recently that has been impressing a lot of people, because there's a whole thing with Souls-like games where people are trying to cash in on that, you know, FromSoft success story, right? And they're like, wow, people love those games. I want a piece of that pie too. I'm gonna make one of those games, but they're never as good as the FromSoft original stuff, right? Usually not even close. Some of them are still pretty good, but they still fall short, you know? But there's a recent one come out. The ones I've talked to you a little bit about it before. It's Lies of P, the Pinocchio game. And while it is still not as good as FromSoft, it is fucking close. They've got closer than anybody else ever has. And the gigantic slow smashy weapons are actually almost impossible to use well in that game. So it's almost the opposite. Like, you're almost better off using fast weapons. Except that if you play defensively, heavy weapons are good because they have a system where, well, they don't have shields. You have to block attacks with your weapon. And in Dark Souls, of course, shields had stats on them as to what percentage of different types of damage it would block. But this game doesn't have shields, so instead the weapons have that. And none of them are 100%. So the giant weapons have a better block percentage. But it's so hard for you to hit back.
Welcome back, Larson.
Whereas the lighter, faster weapons are easier to hit back with because they're quicker, but you have less of a block percentage on them. But they've also got that perfect block system where if you time it at like just the right time, you don't take any damage at all. But man, it is hard to nail that timing. Oh no, I'm double cold. Now I need pants too. How disappointing.
Pants should always be optional.
Amen.
Pants should always be optional, and weed should always be provided.
Alright, where the hell is this tier?
Well, you know the first two edicts, right? Right, Kron?
Edicts of what? No, tell me.
The first two edicts of the commune I'm building.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, fuck. Give me a second.
Hold on, everybody. Kai is partaking in one of the edicts right now.
Yes. That would have been my second puffest. The first edict is thee who shall puffest shall then repeat once more and then passeth on. And the other one is be not a boggart upon your neighbor.
Isn't that basically just the first one again? Or am I misunderstanding Bogart?
You're 100% correct. You know more. You know more stoner lingo than I would have expected you to.
You know what? I know a lot more about a few things than I should, honestly. Like, I know a surprising amount about Pokemon, considering I have never poked a single mon in my life. I have not played a single minute of a single Pokemon game ever. But I know at least some stuff about it. Like, more than you'd think. Even just from picking up random here and there.
Oh, right. No, wait, I already did. Never mind. I'm high.
So
I definitely don't know as much as an actual Pokemon... Huh? What?
You never played any of the Pokemon games, Krendar?
Never. Not interested.
That's not
How
true.
did
You no, hold on.
No,
Krendar, you totally
oh, hold on.
did. You've played
Before,
Persona.
wait. Okay, yes, I was going to say, I have not played an actual Pokemon game that has the name Pokemon in its title, but I have played Persona, which is, in my opinion, the best Pokemon game ever. but does in this case does not happen to have the name Persona in its title. What?
There's some Persona fans that would agree with you there.
Actually,
all of them probably.
If they are Persona fans, they're vehemently against that, even though they're wrong. They hate how right it is. They don't agree with that statement because it is too right. It hurts their feelings.
The main reason, there's two reasons I'm not interested in playing actual Pokemon. The main reason being I don't like the idea that, I know this is not true all the time, but the vast majority of the time it's one-on-one fights. I don't really like that in an RPG. I like having a party. And I know that happens sometimes, that there's at least 2 Pokemon in a fight. But I know that's rare. Also, you can hear my beard growing. Nice. Also, it's a little... The weaknesses system is a little bit too rock, paper, scissors for me. Like, it... Based on what I've watched from other... Like, I watch Let's Plays of Pokemon sometimes, because, you know, it's people I enjoy it or playing it, so... Whatever. And it seems too much like, oh, I'm fighting a grass type. Okay, I'll just get up my fire type. I win.
It's not that simple.
It's not 100% that simple, but it still seems to be too strong of a factor in a lot of cases, it seems like.
I mean, honestly, every Pokemon game I've played, I've just leveled up and I've used type advantage, and that's got me through it. I've never played professionally, so I don't have to worry about EVs and IVs, but if you're just going through the game story...
Whereas
it's not meant to be a strategy game, though. That's the thing. It's not. It's a collector game.
It's got a lot of storyline to it. The battling is there just to keep, people... The battling is there to keep kids interested long enough to become adults so they can actually be interested in the lore.
I mean, if you could take exactly what Pokemon is now, but have it be like... You've got 4 or 5 Pokemon in a party, all active and fighting together at the same time, I'd probably play that one. And I'm talking about it's that way for the whole game. Like Final Fantasy Pokemon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you want the Square Enix Pokemon game.
Yes, I would play that. But I mean, that's sort of what Persona is, although for them it's a 3-person party usually, I think. 3 or 4. I don't remember how many people were in a party in Pokemon... Pokemon 5, Persona 5. But I think it's either 3 or 4. I liked that. They're a little bit different there because each character in those games has their own specific persona that can never change other than leveling it up, except for the main player. And the main player has the collect them and change them mechanic. And it's okay with me if only one of them is changing. That's fine. Plus, they've got the amazing art style. At least until... I don't know what B or C level team is making the spin-off of Persona 5 Tactica. But, oh my god, I hate the art style of it so hard. It's so bad. It's so half-assed. They're making a tactics game.
I will maintain chat.
Sure. Thanks for hanging out at all today.
See you.
Also, before we continue this discussion, we do have a cutscene to do here before gameplay can continue. So let's do this cutscene real quick first.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump out too, Kren.
Alright. Thanks for dropping by, sir. Have a good one.
No problem. I enjoy hanging out and watching your stream. It's always fun.
Always welcome to drop by during these single-player ones in the voice chat.
Yeah, when you're not doing the collab stream with Snow and Ty, I'll try to keep my eye out. And
as I've said previously, if your financial situation changes, you're welcome to buy Final Fantasy XIV and join us.
Fair. I will think about that. I don't know what it is, Krendar. I'm not an MMO person. I've not been able to find a single MMO that I have liked from anything. Like, I've tried the Star Trek MMO, that was pretty good. I tried the Elder Scrolls Online. I had that. I own that. I played that. Wasn't as much fun as Skyrim. For me, I preferred Skyrim to the Elder Scrolls Online game.
I understand that.
That's fair. I think I do too.
I've tried a whole bunch. I don't mind 4-player co-op games. Like, I love those.
A hero to
so, like looter shooters.
King by birth.
Those are my jam.
Yeah.
I fucking love Borderlands.
Wow.
Borderlands is great. Or Borderlands was great.
Borderlands 2 was my favorite game out of the franchise.
Agreed.
Fantastic, especially with all the DLC and everything.
I think the gameplay was a bit better in 3 in some ways, but the story was much worse, and the humor was worse.
Yeah, the writing was different.
Certainly risen above.
They kept some of the humor from the original setup. I just
tried.
They didn't stick the landing with Troy and Tyrone.
Oh, they were trash characters.
Yeah, they didn't stick the landing with them as like the villains.
No, they're awful.
They hinted that there might be she would take out her brother or he would kill her sort of thing. Like they were hinting that in the dialogue, but that never went anywhere.
Right.
In the story, and that fucking
that was dumb.
Yeah, because they
everything about them
so
was
many
bad.
Little things built up that they could have made them, you know, interesting and really hated as a thing. Because by the time you were done with Borderlands 2, that's what I loved. Because by the time you were done with Borderlands 2, you were ready to shoot that motherfucker in the face. Like that last execution of Jack was.
Oh, it felt
perfectly
good.
built up too. It felt good.
So good. Yeah. Yeah, I think 3 only, if I remember correctly, 3 only ever added one new character that was actually fun. And all the other new characters they added were just bland and crap.
Which one are you thinking of?
The Jacobs guy, what was his name?
Wainwright, yeah. Wainwright Jacobs.
Wainwright Jacobs, he was great. I liked him.
They have a whole DLC with him and
yeah, the marriage.
That was actually the marriage. That was the DLCs in 3 are fantastic.
Actually, the DLCs added some other interesting characters too. Like I liked I liked the Asian gunslinger lady in the one DLC. With
the fistful of bullets or the fistful of blood.
like the Rose Thorn chick or whatever the fuck her name was.
Yeah,
she was cool.
I loved that they went the sort of samurai western.
That was so weird how they made it like a western story town that was also like super Chinese, and it somehow worked beautifully. Like the architecture style, I mean, it was so good.
I mean, that's actually a genre. There's the story of the cowboy interacting with the samurai.
Right, but the town was still just purely a western town, wasn't it?
I don't know. I haven't watched many of them. I knew they existed, and then when I saw it presented in the video game format, that's when I really like.
To be fair, I have not seen them, but yeah, this is the first time I've seen them.
I've heard of them.
This is the first time I've seen them at all, where the whole entire aesthetic was a complete blending of both things, and oh my god, it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, what the fuck was that over there? But yeah, unfortunately, after Borderlands 2, they lost their lead writer, and he was the reason why Borderlands 2 was so goddamn funny.
Hey, then that explains 3. That explains
exactly.
3. That's disappointing.
Exactly. I forget his first name, but he's actually Birch's brother. So Tiny Tina's real life brother was the lead writer of Borderlands 2. And then he quit, and Borderlands has been in a decline ever since.
Yeah, everyone's hoping they can pull it back with 4.
I'll give it another. Yeah, Anthony Birch. Thank you. Thank you, Larson. He's a very funny guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Borderlands 4 a chance, but I'm not as excited as I would have been. I hope they have better writers. I don't know. Go ahead.
What I would love for them to do, and this is going to be probably an unpopular opinion. So, I love the way that Borderlands 3 plays. Like, the mechanics of the game, the way the game feels, the way that the Vault Hunter moves and interacts is fun. I like that they added takedowns. I like that.
Also, that each character has, like, multiple different action abilities now.
Yeah, you can swap out skill trees and different action abilities. I dug all of that. That all makes sense. That makes the gameplay really repeatable. Because I can still pick up Borderlands 3 even as a level 72 character that's damn near maxed out, I can still enjoy going back and playing through the quests and stuff like that.
Or even
Like
replaying the game as the same character, but now you're going down a different skill tree, so it feels different.
You've got a different set. So, like, I've perfected Flack's rack attack skill tree setting to the way I like it. So I've got my build set up on that, where basically I'm just chucking racks left, right, sideways, and everything else is blowing up. So it's fantastic. But I can just easily go back through and play like Gamma Burst or something else, and get an entirely different playstyle with it.
Right.
So I like that. Indie game wise, I mean, the takedowns were fun, but to be honest, the most fun I've had in an indie game setting in Borderlands has been in Wonderlands, actually. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands game.
I really didn't feel great about that game, honestly, overall.
When you get to the Chaos Trials, it's super fun.
Because I didn't even do those.
Running.
Yeah, I didn't like the dungeons. That sounds really boring to me. I did not like what their take on dungeons, personally.
Yeah. I liked the
They were more Diablo-like, though.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. My wife's going to be back soon. Food's going to be here, so...
Cool.
I will talk to y'all later. Yep.
Also, Larson, the writer who got really pissy that people didn't pick up on Far Cry 3 being his take on Alice in Wonderland, I don't know anything about that, sir. I didn't even know it was supposed to be that.
I mean, thinking about it kind of makes sense.
Kinda does make sense to a degree.
What's Jax?
Also,
back.
Hi, Jax. I can kind of see it, what with all the drug trips that happen. Actually, it seems like every Far Cry game, or at least they used to, have a tradition of having the character go on a drug trip.
In one way or another, they always end up down a drug trip.
I don't think 6 did, but 3, 4, and 5 all did, definitely. I didn't play much of 1 and 2, so I don't know there. Well, I guess I did. Is this gonna be enough to bridge me out of here?
Far Cry 6 has a few moments side quest while.
I don't remember.
Me being the completionist, I am doing every single side quest.
I usually do at least most of them, because usually they're fun, Okay. We're gonna use a technique I was talking about earlier in the game. I don't know how they meant for me to do this, but I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. The rewind elevator.
Smart.
Yeah, I've seen other people doing that, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna try that out too. Ow, rude. Mine! Oh, I don't get your pieces? Aw. In any case, Larson, I don't know if the writer got mad about that, and I don't know if he was the writer. But I definitely didn't pick up on it. I can kind of see it in retrospect, now that I've been told about it, but I didn't think of that on my own. Blarp. Whoa! There it fucking goes. Christ. Well, I don't see any way of launching myself this way now. Oh, what's that? Ooh, a vehicle. I could use that. So what have you been up to, Jax?
Nothing much. Looking for work. Easier said than done.
It can be that way.
Just everyday stuff. I like to take things as it comes.
Yeah.
It's useless to stress too much about stuff anyways.
Stress
not gonna
definitely
help you.
generally doesn't add anything to the situation. That's true. Meow, 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 meow. Alright.
Yes, Larson, work is overrated. But very needed.
Yeah. Well, I've been in a bit of training at work myself recently. I don't know if you saw some of the photos I posted recently in the Discord there, but I've been getting trained on making pizzas at work, so that's been kind of fun. It's more interesting than washing dishes, at least.
Very fair.
I was about to wonder how I get out on top of this thing, but then I remembered I've got a mobile platform I'm standing on right now. So I can do that. Downside is I lost my vehicle, but there's a new one inside apparently, so that's alright. Oops.
As long as the game gives you what you need.
Yeah. Which it doesn't always. Well, sometimes it'll usually give me what I need, but won't necessarily give me what I want. Okay, now, let's see.
How much can happen in a library?
Well, people bring him bounties, for one thing, which is certainly not a thing you'd expect.
Fair.
You know, I probably should have grabbed that before I opened that.
I guess maybe. It's probably fine. Probably fine.
I was gonna grab it and stick it on one of these, but then I just opened the door first. Yeah, I haven't even figured out... Actually, no, I need it for over there somewhere. There. Now, let's see. Oh, there's a treasure chest over there. I should probably investigate that. Looks like I'm going to have to do another rewind elevator to get up to it. Get back over here. It's gotten stuck in the board. Alright.
I was not prepared for that, but I appreciate the scenery.
Right? Okay, now I have to remember where I bring this thing. It was over here somewhere. I think it was up there.
I have no idea. I've never played the games.
I've actually never done this shrine before, but I saw a thing up there.
I watched speedruns of the game, actually.
This seems like a very silly game to do a speedrun of. People did that with the last game too, so...
The flying.
That's what you get with open world games, is sometimes you can just go straight to the end boss way before you really should be. Don't have line of sight on it. Okay, let's see if we can cheese rewind again. I'm gonna hold this in the air for a few seconds. Oops. I'm gonna hold this in the air for a few seconds. Okay. And rewind it. Which should bring it up into grabbable distance. There we go. Cheesed. This is basically just cheese to the game, though, so... You want a sand zipper, Kai? That's not going to hold your pants on very well. That's probably the point, though, isn't it? I assume you're talking about the vehicle, though, right, Kai? Yeah, okay. I knew what you meant. But of course, this game being what it is, I've been doing a whole bunch of different crap in this desert, but the reason I came here in the first place has still not been fulfilled. Which is trying to find electrified bats.
5 years later. No.
Yeah. 5 years later. I'm finding these fuckers, but not the bats. I need electrified wings for reasons.
For reasons, okay.
Yeah, reasons.
Doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Sometimes a guy just needs a certain thing. It happens.
Sometimes you just need something electrifying. Something truly shocking.
Kai gets it. I mean, she didn't say anything about it right now, but I know she gets it. And yes, we are definitely Raisin fans here, and I'm not talking about the food. I am talking about our friend Raisin Girl, who is a sweetie. Oh, there's a thingy here. Okay.
By the way, very important.
Oh.
Hydrate.
Oh. that is important. I am in a desert after all. Alright, my camera's not on, but I swear I'm hydrating.
I think I heard a bottle. I believe you. I heard.
Alright, I don't know what's over here, actually. Except for this fruit. Although, I think there's some very scary monsters in this general area, so wandering around too much might just get me murdered. I'm gonna check on the top of this thing, and then I'm gonna pop over somewhere else. You know what, Larson? I agree. If people have not seen Danger High Voltage music video, they are absolutely missing out. That is an amazing video.
Guess I have to watch it then.
I've never been so entertained by two people sounding so bored about sex. Alright, this is not working out. Let's... you know what? I don't need this pin here. Oh, that must be that one shrine I saw. Okay, it's in the town. But alright, let's go here. I need these electric bats. Also, I need more lizards. One of these days I think I have to look up where's a really good place to find a specific kind of lizard in this game, because I need lizards to upgrade my pants. There's a sentence I had to say today. Lizard pants. I think last I checked I had 10. I think it's still the case. Nope, it's 5. I remembered wrong. I need 10. I have 5. Hello, Ray.
Halfway there.
No, Kai, not face pants. The face pants are yours. Also, I was not expecting Durgan. So I'm gonna have to harvest the Durgan now. Because also reasons. Hello, Durgan. I need your stuff. Overshot. Or is it a claw? Oh no, I got it. I got the there's the thing. Ferocious scale. Oh wait, I heard a guy. Where's the guy? Also, I'm burning to death. There we go. Where's the little guy? There he is. I can walk on the dragon's back and harvest more materials. I did not know that, actually. Alright, where do you need to go, buddy? Up there? Alright. How am I going to up you there? That doesn't look too bad. It's too bad there are no rockets in the area. I want to strap a rocket to this guy and just launch him. Did you tell me about that before, Kai? I don't remember. Oh, you're out of range. Poop. Alright. Question 2. Can I rewind you? Yes, I can. Alright. It's time for the rewind cheese. Ray just did? Oh. I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't see. I apologize. I was in the middle of doing thing and was distracted from seeing some of the comments. Oh, damn it. There. Here you go, buddy. Dragons have a specific path and timeline. I have missed the dragon. Now what? It's going to show up again later, isn't it? That dragon's just gone forever. I don't believe that. Gone for a little while, probably. Then again, I don't know if I really need more than one of its skills for anything. Although, that makes me curious. Attack power, fuse power 16, so I could fuse that onto a weapon. I could farm them for that. Spikes. I'm not sure what the spikes are for other than fusing. Yeah. I should try that later, actually. Alright, let's see. Your situation is... You gotta stop it from falling over forward. Okay. Where do I have building materials nearby? Gotta use these boxes, I guess. Okay. The spikes of the light dragon are particularly fun to use, Larson. You are a bad man for reasons. I couldn't possibly do that to that poor sweet girl. This is probably not going to work, but maybe. Close enough. You asked first? Well, okay, that's fair. I would still feel weird about harvesting her body for materials, though. She's a bit kinky like that. If anybody's confused about why I'm saying this, in other words, you missed earlier streams that explain why, I will say. But you know what? Fuck it. Because it has been revealed in this playthrough in earlier streams, I will say it because it's not really a spoiler since we've already been past it. If anybody here doesn't know, the Light Dragon is Princess Zelda. And I don't want to be farming my girlfriend's body for weapon parts. Also, she kills Dumbledore. Okay, let's relaunch again. And go back to what we were going to do the first time. Whee! Okay, I think it's these over here. These canyons, I think, are where I saw the bats before. Maybe.
Hopefully you are right.
I need bats, and I need Highland... Was it Highland? No, Hightail lizards, I think they're called. Where'd my lizards go? Yeah, Hightail lizards. I need 10 more of these guys, and I don't know where the best place to find them is. I find them randomly around mountains and caves. But a lot of the time they run away before I even spot them. Have I infiltrated the Yiga yet? Only the first little bit of it. I got the auto build from them, but I haven't like pursued them around past that yet. You can see it as her shed scales are giving her a manicure with the claws. You know what? That's a good point, Ray. I'm really just giving my girlfriend a makeover. Also, getting that pesky sword out of her head.
You're just making sure she looks nice.
Yeah. I just wish this game would acknowledge, like, because of the fact that you can do shit in a weird order, the game will often not acknowledge that you've done certain things. Like, the game is like, oh, you need to find Princess Zelda. I'm like, bitch, I found her 10 hours ago. What the fuck? So the game just won't acknowledge that you've already found her. Because the storyline's still trying to be all mysterious about it. But you're like, man, I've already been there and done that. Come on. Oh yeah, jump backwards now, jerk. Yeah, jump out of range now, huh? Huh? Yeah, what do you got, bitch? Got nothing. But I got a long stick, so how do you like that?
Just bullying the poor guy.
Gotta find the Phantom first? I mean, the game doesn't acknowledge that you found her until you beat the game. At least that's how it went for me. That quest finally got checked off when I beat the game. I'm not sure about what Phantom you can find though. Like, do you actually get to corner her fake? Because I don't think I did that. Like, you keep seeing her around different places, but I don't think I ever actually cornered her. Unless I did and I just forget. That's always entirely possible, especially with me. Okay, how do we repair this? Okay. Ah, heck. Actually, you know what? You shoot him. Thank you. Ah, fuck. I thought I was out of range. clearly was wrong. Alright, let's get this Tetris block over here. And actually, let's get a better grip on the damn thing first. Alright. Boom. Oh, no, wait, right. It's part... Yeah, that's right, you're right. It's part of the main story. But it didn't credit me with finding her then. Maybe that was a bug, I don't know.
The struggles of open world games.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just like there's so many times in this story where NPCs are like, "Oh my god, we gotta find Princess Zelda." I was like, "Bitch, I know where she is." Turn your head around and look in the sky, and she's right there. Also,
I think if you said that, they would look at you as a crazy person.
Probably. That's their problem, though. I just love how the intro to the game, like, as soon as Zelda disappears, seconds later the light dragon flies past you. Like, that is beautiful little piece of, not really even foreshadowing, but just, like, being playful. Because, like, you don't even know that something just happened until you replay the game a second time and you're like, oh, shit, I see what you did there. Also, I find it funny that the subtitle of this game makes way more sense than the last game. Like, Tears of the Kingdom actually means something in this game. Something very clear, at least once you start finding the first one, you understand what it means. What the fuck does Breath of the Wild mean? Nothing. Yeah, I do remember where the Yiga hideout is, roughly. Yeah, it is approximately back here somewhere.
I think the Breath of the Wild part is just saying, like, yo, we're free roam now. Open world.
It feels that way, yeah.
At least from, like, everything I've seen of the game and stuff, that can it be anything else?
I mean, if it's anything at all, it's that. Then again, I've played Kingdom Hearts games, and I know that these big game developers don't necessarily have to mean anything logical when they name their games.
Yo, you want to know the whole story of Kingdom Hearts?
Dream drop distance? That shit doesn't mean a damn thing. Like, I mean, yeah, the whole story of Kingdom Hearts is weird enough already. But just on the topic of game titles, Square Enix has the audacity to try to tell us that they put a Kingdom Hearts game on the 3DS, and they called it Dream Drop Distance, which is gibberish. And they're trying to pretend that the fact that it's a 3D game and the title is 3 words that begin with D was a coincidence. Fuck you guys, no it wasn't. It absolutely was not. And yeah, that franchise is so confusing unless you play all of the games, and even then it's still convoluted, but at least kind of makes a tiny scrap of sense.
So I know the whole lore, and I don't know if my brain functions anymore after learning it.
Exactly. Alright, let's see. I know the Yiga hideout is near here somewhere. I think, actually, maybe... You know what? I should get the tower up here. So I can see more of the map. But I think it's in this area somewhere. Are there Electric Keese typically around there? Because that Electric Keese is my main... I need at least one more Electric Keese wing. And then after that I'll need 10 more, but I also will need 10 more of the Highland Lizards, and that's also a problem. So those 10 particular bat wings are less urgent right now. God damn it. I should wait. You know what? Let's... Oh shit, what did I have pinned up here? I should clear up some of these pins. Oh, that's the icy Majig, I think. Or no, wait, that's something else. There's probably a shrine, though. Let's start from here. The Woosh Shrine. I'm gonna go to the Yiga Clan hideout thing to begin with. I know that the giant pit that you throw Master Koga down in Breath of the Wild is now an entrance to the depths. But hopefully there are also some Electric Keese hanging around there. It's meant to invoke the feeling of being a kid, Sora, lost in familiar yet unfamiliar worlds. What, the title Dream Drop Distance, you mean? I mean, they also use some terminology in those games that's supposed to be like drops was an actual term in the game for them going into the worlds or something, I think. Okay, Kingdom Hearts as a whole, okay. But still, yeah. It was a decent game, though. But man... Although I learned at one point that apparently Dream Drop Distance was originally supposed to have been just Riku. Well, the whole game. But I think Sony said no. We demand that you put Sora in the game as well because Sora sells these titles. They didn't think as many people would buy it if it was just Riku the whole time, and you know what? They were probably right. There's definitely Riku fans in the fandom, but...
There are die-hard Riku fans.
But I don't know what the overall percentage of the fan base those people are. So by putting both characters in the game, they give it more mass appeal. Also, I'm annoyed that 3 didn't give us... Like, 3 had the whole subplot of, Kairi and Lee are training to become Keyblade Masters. But that's totally all off-screen and you don't get to play them. You don't, like, come on. Like, it was obviously a great setup for, like, it's time to play Kairi. People have been wanting to play Kairi for ages. Give us a game where we can play Kairi, and they're just like, yeah, no, she trains off screen. You don't get to see it. I'd also like to play Lee, but you know, I think I've said it before. This is a perfect opportunity for. They could have given us another game that does the Dream Drop Distance thing, but as Lee and Kairi instead of Riku and Sora. Although I'd be just as happy for them both to have their own individual games, personally, but. I'm blind.
Honestly, just small side games would be really great.
Yeah, like it doesn't even necessarily have to be small, but something comparable to Dream Drop Distance, like they're in size, maybe even, you know? Like, I'm not talking about an entire main entry, but... I also don't...
Or like the Days.
Oops. Or what?
Kingdom Hearts Days. Or 358/2.
That wasn't
days.
even... It was barely even a game. That was a movie.
No. It was a full-on game.
Well, okay.
They shortened it. To
well...
almost just cutscenes later on.
Yeah, and that's how I experienced it, because the gameplay didn't look that appealing to me. Speaking
Honestly,
of gibberish titles, by the way. Although that was a weird one, because by the time you get to the end of it, it's like, I realized what they meant by the title, but it was still a weird way of saying it.
Very weird, and it's just to give more lore to the organization and Roxas.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Like, let's be real, it's more of a lore dump than anything.
Well, this thing has a stone on the end of it, but I don't think it was meant for mining.
But then again, Kingdom Hearts also has lore in their phone game.
Yeah, but it's very force-feeling lore. Like, it doesn't feel that important. Like, I haven't played it because I don't play phone games, just because I don't like them, but I've watched somebody else cover them.
Oh, I've just watched the lore stuff. I can't be bothered.
Oh yeah, I just watched a Let's Play of it and it's like, this doesn't feel very important. Although, oops.
I mean,
in the next game,
some of the lore is important, but it just gets covered in 3 anyways.
Kinda. Although I believe, oops.
Good night, Lester.
Again. I believe in 4, they might possibly bring that back up again, and maybe it'll be important then.
True.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
I'm definitely getting 4 though. I'm always gonna get the Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what it'll be like. Hopefully the levels will be better than some of the levels in 3. Like, some of the levels in 3 were great, and some of them were just, like, you know, there were some good levels in Kingdom Hearts 3, and then there was Monsters, Inc., which was trash. A very, very bad level. But it was also interesting because there were more, Kingdom Hearts 3 was the first time in a Kingdom Hearts game where there were a lot of levels whose movies I had never seen. So that was a very different experience in that way.
Plan for Frozen. Oh,
Frozen wasn't bad. I'd say Monsters, Inc. was the worst one, but that was just because it was just like one long hallway. So in other words, it was Final Fantasy 13. You could say.
actually not played 13.
You're not missing much. There's
Good
one
to
good
know.
character in the entire game, and you don't get her till the end. And everybody else is either boring or annoying or both.
But I have played Final Fantasy VII Revenant Wings, the DS game.
I haven't played that, but I did play Crisis Core, unfortunately. Actually, I would like to see a remake of Dirge of Cerberus. That could be interesting. I've heard that's supposed to have been good. Alright, now that we've done this, we need to find a way out of this. Or a way to get this crystal out of the cave, and I think I see the way right now. Although, I will have to angle them. Hold on, what's this? Mystery chest. Yeah, the Frozen level could have been better, but I still think Monsters, Inc. was more boring. I kind of like the
Monsters Inc. was the most boring.
The Big Hero 6 level was kind of neat. I never saw that movie though. I've never seen Big Hero 6. I've never seen Monsters, Inc. I've seen most of Frozen, but not all of it. And those 2 bits I saw were in different chunks and out of order because tiny children. And their lacks of attention spans.
One thing you definitely didn't miss is Let It Go.
Oh no, I didn't miss that. Oops. I mean, that's a perfectly fine song. It's just that it got ground into the dust by being played by everybody constantly.
Millions of times, yeah. Oh, back then I was doing babysitting for friends and family.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Not I wasn't doing
definitely got
babysitting,
enough of it.
but I was at family's house when their kids were wanting to watch it. But of course, as kids do, they're like, "Oh, I want to watch this," and then like 20 minutes later, onto whatever other thing's interesting to them. Right? You know what? This is not ideal. I need to attach these in a way that won't make this thing roll around and have the rockets pointing in different directions. Okay, how about like this? Put that on the crystal's butt. And then... well, maybe that... fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just use one rocket. We'll save the second rocket for, if this fucks up and I need to try again. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Might need a platform? Maybe.
We'll be fine.
Ah, fuck!
I shouldn't have opened my mouth.
I didn't even catch what you said.
I said, it'll be fine.
Oh, shit. Alright, yep, this is definitely your fault. Alright, definitely not mine. No, let's see if there is a... I'll see if there even is a platform around. There's not. I guess I could open a capsule to give it something platformish. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to see where this leads. Is there like a bubble frog hiding back here, maybe? Oops. Okay, that's not going to work, so let's do this. Ah! Because most of the caves have a bubble frog. Yeah, there we go. By most, I mean possibly all, literally. Seems to be a rule. I haven't actually seen the guys that need these things in a long time, but I'll run into them eventually.
Better safe than sorry.
Well, yeah. I'll run into them eventually, and I'll have a whole bunch of stuff to give them. And they'll spaz out and be absolute freaks like usual. Or at least the one will. The other guy's just being a supportive brother. Well, I need a rock so I can do some mining. I don't care about those lizards getting away. They're not the lizards I need. Hold on, are there not any rocks down here I can fuse? I guess not. Okay, well, let's check my inventory. What do I have for capsule devices that I can spare? One of these. Although... I don't know if that's going to work with the rocket idea. Maybe I should just try good old classic rewind cheese. Oh, wait. There's a rock. I still think the appropriate thing to do would be to let me fuse a treasure chest to a stick, and then use the treasure chest as a mining tool. That just feels very appropriate. Gathering gems by smashing rocks with a treasure chest on a stick? I mean, come on. It's perfect. I hope these luminous stones are still good money. They were good money in Breath of the Wild. And And while they are technically an upgrade material, they're an upgrade material for something I don't like, so I don't have to worry about wasting them on that. Okay, let's swap weapons. Alright, back to this conundrum. Yes, let's try rewind cheese. For dyes or feeding creatures that give gems. Wait, what do you mean what creatures that give gems? Also, I didn't know the game had dyes. That's interesting. Okay. Ah, it's not close enough. Heck. Can't rewind cheese this time. Ugh. Okay. So our other option... I don't know if this is going to fly straight up or just spin madly in circles when I activate this. Well, we're going to find out. But we're going to find out from the top. And if this doesn't work, then we'll have to maybe rig up a hot air balloon or something. Can't aim low enough from that angle. What? Obey my will. Jerk. Ah! Fuck. Actually, you know what? Also, let's move you slightly farther over. Yeah, the hot air balloon of fire, yeah. That's plan C if this fails. Why won't you activate? God damn it. Alright, fine, let's do this. Go! Oh shit, that one worked. Now I just have to figure out where it lands.
I can tell.
Yay! Oh, the comedic timing on that couldn't have been better. Now I just have to figure out where it lands. I climb out, it falls on the ground right next to me. That's what I was trying to achieve the first time. It just didn't aim properly. What recent updates, Ray? What happened? What got updated? But yeah, that's what when I was putting the rocket on an angle, I was trying to get it to do that, where it would fly up and out, but sideways, so that it wouldn't just fall back in. They prevented you from activating rockets with the bow? Because somebody was doing an exploit? Oh well, we got there in the end.
So the few ruining it for the many.
Yeah, people figuring out how to do dupes. Oh well. Well, on the one hand, I'm a bit annoyed that we've gone pretty much the entire stream today and without a single electric batwing, but we did get the auto build, which was the primary goal today. So we at least did that. But yeah, imagine getting fussy over people duping items in this game. Meanwhile, people are over in Starfield. People are filling their entire spaceship with potatoes. All right. Need to get back farther down this way and find the missing
Let's go back to Skyrim
tower.
and the cheese wheels.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, the Starfield version is potatoes for some reason. The same thing. Probably because they also roll around well. Although it was interesting. So, I've seen a video of people filling up their spaceship with potatoes and then going into the jump, like whatever they call the jump drive. And it's like seeing how it affects the potatoes in physics. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Okay, so these arrows are pointing over here somewhere. This tree? Do I have to climb this tree to get something? Yep, there we go. But yeah, so back to a previous topic though about the next game are probably not going to be like these. They've said that they want to do a different thing with the next Zelda game. So I'm really curious to see what that might end up being. If they're going to go back to a traditional form or some other brand new idea. Definitely curious.
What was the first thing I thought about when you said new idea? Dr. Mario.
Dr. Link. Oh, you're the guy who left the notes behind. Interesting. Nature's treasure chests.
Why does his face look so undetailed?
Right? Thanks for telling me a bunch of stuff I already knew. Bye. You know what? There we go. I'll fuse my stick. Ladies. You know what? Let's get the rest of my climbing gear on. I gotta get my strength bandana on. There we go. Full speed climbing. Or at least... I'm not sure if the elixir would stack. It probably would, though. Wonder how fast you can climb then.
By the way,
Actually, you know what?
question.
Oh, yes. What?
When is a stick long enough?
When the game won't let me make it any longer.
Good to know.
Because if I can make it longer, it's not long enough. I've heard that you can get lizards this by cutting grass sometimes, but this is all frogs, apparently. Maybe it depends where you are. Oh well.
I would guess they have different spawns.
I was a little disappointed the first time I played this game when I didn't initially realize that you can only fuse something once. You can't just, like, fuse something again and again and again and have, like, 5 sticks in a row. All stuck to each other. I guess that would probably get a little bit out of control, but it would have been funny.
I feel like someone would just end up making a stick that spanned across the entire map.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, I recognize this spot. We're gonna need to remember that later. I think that's that. There's a guy in there that we're gonna need help. Actually, I think he was one of the traveling musicians, maybe? But we'll come back later.
I mean, if you didn't mark it correctly, you marked it close enough.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's how all my markings in games work.
As long as I can see the thing I need from that spot, then good enough. If I go there and that's not where the thing is, but I can see the thing from there, mission accomplished. Alright, now we're speaking of the thing and the mission. I'm looking for the tower for the area south of here. I don't appear to be close enough to get... Oh my god. I am not going that direction. Yeah, I'm not close enough to see it from here yet, but that's the mission. Alright, let's get up here. Get as high as I can before I start floating south and looking for their lookout tower. Oh, speaking of which, a lot more up just presented itself to me. Ladies. Might even be able to see the lookout tower from up on this rock. So, in that shrine. Okay. What, really? Oh, there goes another one. Alright, so we're not going to get all the way up to that island, but that's fine. That's not our goal. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's another, like, arena battle type of thing. Okay. I don't know how nasty that one is. And I don't intend to find out right now, either. Alright, so... overall, we're looking for this region's lookout tower, and I have no idea where it is. But you can usually see them at a good distance. Clearly we're still too far away, or maybe it's on the other side of those mountains, I don't know. Maybe we just don't have line of sight. I do see a shrine, though. So we might as well do that while we're here. And then we can call it a day after we find the lookout tower. Let's get close to the ground before I run out of stamina. Alright. Let's see if we can reach that shrine without getting murdered by something at random. Such as that. Yeah. Hold on, what the fuck is that? Excuse me, sir, what the fuck are you? What the hell? Oh, is that why that mirror was over there? That's one of those things I need to shine a mirror at. Okay, let's go back and see if we can get that mirror without pissing that lizard off again. Okay, well, you can get one of them. Welcome back, Ray. I don't suppose you happen to know the best place to get a bunch of hightail lizards, do you? Huh. Oh, it's just a regular rock? Oh, that's probably a Korok seed rock, right? And of course, here I am trying to use a mirror to redeflect sunlight, and the sun's gone down. Because of course it has.
Why wouldn't it?
Right? Here, have a rock. Have your rock back. You little bastard. Well, I guess I could start setting this up at least. Oh, it's 10 p.m. then we're not even close to daytime yet. Damn it. Alright, can I get that far enough? Take my mirror, you jerk. Ugh. Oh, will that work? Yeah, okay. Oops, no. We'll use this. Hey, Raisin. Commonly be obtained in many of the forests of the Great Plateau and Necluda. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried cutting some tall grass earlier, but I just got nothing but frogs. But I'm in a desert area, or actually I was on the edge of a desert area, so maybe that was not ideal territory. Alright, so... I don't think that's exactly what they wanted. Not that it's the right time of day anyway. Maybe I should just mark this on the map and come back another time. Let's use this generic stamp. Uh-oh. Are we about to have a blood moon? I think that's blood moon music. Yeah, there's the red particles. Yeah. You love your cutscene game, I know. You missed. Thought you were supposed to be a good archer. And it's hard to find good help these days. Okay. Back to the shrine. Which which is what I was trying to get to this whole time. And after the shrine, we have to find our lookout tower. Wherever the hell that bloody thing is. Otutsum. Oh, are we getting just a gimme here, or is this the one of the ones that has a trap? There's at least one of these shrines that looks like this, but then pulls some bullshit on you, rather than actually just working. I don't remember which one it is, though. Okay. The heck is that? Oh, it's the Goblin Fort thingy. Alright. Don't need to worry about that. Well, there's a smaller one here, though. Maybe there's some goodies. I mean, there's definitely goodies, but let's just see how horribly I get murdered trying to get them. That's the real question. Oh, it's not full of goblins anymore. Which also means it doesn't have a treasure chest. Eh, we got a few little things though, so that's fine. Ah. Thank you. Oh, I see you hiding there, you jerk. Okay, I wonder if I can see it from on top of that mountain, and also it not being the middle of the night. Oh, this looks like a good spot. Excuse me, fellas. Oh, oh. Well, there he goes. Bye. Problem solved. I don't get any monster parts, but I also don't get murdered. So we'll call that a win. One of my objectives got completed, at least.
I mean, last I checked, survival is the top priority.
I mean, you know, having monster parts doesn't do much good if I'm dead. Oh, there you go. You could do a Zelda game where, I mean, there's been at least one or two other Zelda games where it's like, Ganon already won, and now you're dealing with the aftermath. They could do one of those ones where Link died, and now you're playing Link in hell, trying to escape hell. Get out of the underworld and get back to life.
the theories about Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it would be like yeah, it would be like Link to the Past, but in reverse. You start in the dark world, and you're trying to get back to the light world. Also, another giant dragon.
Kind of cool.
Right? And you already have a built-in reason for why you start the game depowered. Because you're dead.
You failed to save Hyrule.
Again. Fine. Use a bow then. Ugh. Okay, now he runs away. Figures. 1 fuse attack power. Stick this gourmet meat on your weapon. But it's kind of funny how Breath of the Wild starts with the idea that Ganon showed up 100 years ago and you failed to beat him, but there wasn't really a proper game in the timeline before that. Not if you go by the multiverse theory of it anyway, which I do. Now I wish it wasn't blizzarding. Can't see shit. Alright, let's try from over here. What the hell's this bloody tower?
I mean, the depowering is at least better than the reasoning in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah. Night Raisin. Nothing makes sense in Kingdom Hearts. We're just there to have silly fun, really.
You're just there to hang out with Donald and Goofy.
Pretty much. That's all we really wanted. Oh.
I mean, that's why I originally picked up the game.
Exactly. Oh, I do have one pin available. Okay. Slap a pin on that one.
And then I became like Alice and jumped down the rabbit hole.
That is basically what that game is, yeah. Oh, there's the tower. We're starting from above the tower this time, which is rare. I like how the edge of Gerudo Land is like immediately snow to mountain. No, sorry, snowy mountain to desert mountain. Whee! I swear, like, suddenly deploying the paraglider like that mid-fall is like, how has he not ripped his arms out of the shoulder sockets yet?
He has, he's just used to dealing with the pain.
Yeah.
He puts them back in place as soon as you log off the game.
I'm noticing a problem with this tower already. I think the entrance is under all this snow. Alright, oh, there's a cave back there. I wonder if that's related.
Nah, it couldn't be, right?
I'm pretty sure I got all the towers last time I played this, but I don't remember this one. Maybe I missed this one. Meadalina? That's a kind of a neat name, actually. Oh, hold on. This spot looks vaguely familiar. I'm gonna grab these, though. So another weird fact I learned about this game, or these games in general. Apparently, okay, so while there is very, very, very minimal voice acting for Link, apparently they change voice actors for him every game. Which just seems a bit weird. You'd think they could just reuse the sound effects, right?
But he has so much to say. Right?
Right? Like, you'd think you could just hire somebody to go, hit that once, and then just use that for every game.
I want to see a game where Link actually has dialogue, but that's all that comes out. Not like a proper game, just a game for lulz and giggles.
I like how they tease you with this game too, because there are parts of the story where he's clearly actually talking to an NPC, but we don't get any voice acting to hear as players. Or we don't even get a text blurb out of him or anything. But he's clearly actually talking in the story. Uh-oh.
There are a lot of games like that, honestly.
Yeah, but this does that all the time. Ooh, bomb. Bomb flower. Gimme, gimme, gimme. This may have been a tactical error. But it was a bomb flower, so it was worth it. Okay, so I think this is the underneath of the tower. I remember this part now. That's sticky lizards again, isn't it? I think the hightails are only outside. I don't need any of you guys. If you feel like jumping off the roof and onto my backpack, then that's okay. Well, he almost did. Okay, we have to get our little raft into the middle of this whole deal to get into the tower. Ah! I want it! Let me on. Yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna drown trying to get onto this post. I wish I had the power from Breath of the Wild where I can make ice pillars. I mean, I guess I still can in a way. But make them for free. Alright. Ice. Whoops, that's a bomb. That's not ice.
Yeah.
A bomb would definitely work.
Blowing up the water would definitely make a solid platform for me. Right? You know what? I need to start farther upstream.
I mean, theoretically, if the game was realistic, with
Another
enough bombs, you could redirect the water.
That's true. That's just science. It didn't stay in place, but I noticed that this is... Oh wait, that's the empty one from earlier. Never mind. Okay, you know what? Let's go do like this, then. Use the powers you have. Not lament the powers you wish you had, but don't. Okay, now start farther down here so that the flow of the stream helps us instead of hurts us. Link, what the fuck are you doing? Link, stop it, you grabby little fucker.
He does whatever he wants to do.
He really does. Okay. This should be sufficient. I said this should be sufficient. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna actually wait and launch this next time because I do have to be running, and there's no point in getting the view and then just immediately ending anyway. So we'll start the next stream off with the view. How about that? Not the TV show The View though, because fuck that thing. That show sucks.
Okay, I'll just dot that down to never watch. Okay.
Or watch it once just to horrify yourself, just so you can see what you're avoiding.
Oh, trust me, nothing can horrify me more than my teacher in media.
Alright, that sounds like a story we'll have to get from you sometime. Save that for the next time you drop by, which hopefully will be soon. Alright, let's see who we can raid today then, and then I need to run off for My roommate and I have decided to have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner by going downtown to a Korean restaurant.
Oh, have fun. Take care.
Indeed. All right, what do we got? We've got... you know what? A friend of mine is playing Kingdom Hearts right now. We've been talking about that. That seems fitting. Let's raid Saya. Where are you? There we go. Right time. Kingdom Hearts get go. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.